I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show!
Good morning, everybody. Live from the Xfinity studio. This is the Anthony Gargano Show, presented by, that's right, our good friends at Bet Parks and the Sportsbook Online. Bet Parks. Fightins. The fabulous Fightins. Oh, my, it's a red September. They lose Wheeler. They lose Turner. They lose Bohm. And all they're doing is win, 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 win. Another pounding of the Mets. Ah, yes. A pounding of the Mets. 11-3. Where they get out and the bats are out last night. The baiter. The baiter is the straw that stirs the drink. Love the baiter. 11-3 Phillies, the magic number down to 7. And more importantly, they are up 4 games on the Dodgers for the 2 spot. And looky, they're only 2.5 games behind Milwaukee for the top spot in the National League. This is a monster. This little uptick playing some great ball and sticking the stake in these Mets. Take that, vampire Nosferatu Mets. And it's been terrific. 3 in a row. And they just pounded them last couple games, man. It's something to watch. Talk about exercising demons. Send the Mets back to hell. And it's been great. Wow. What a day. Now, it was funny. This morning, I was talking to our man, TV Todd. And Todd goes, we started talking about the Mets and how great it is. And he's like, you don't see Grimace anymore. And I'm like, yeah, remember that freaking Grimace? I hate Grimace. Remember Grimace last year in October? Bleep Grimace. In fact, go Giants. I want to see the Giants overtake the Mets. Their Giants are suddenly on the heels of the Mets. So I would be even better to croak them all together. They don't even make the playoffs. What a great story. Bleep Grimace, all of a sudden, we don't see Grimace anymore. Where's he at? All right, he's in jail. He's in hell. Mets hell. VG, I know you're fired up. You got the hat on today.
Dude.
You got the Regal hat.
Dude, this team, whatever's going on, they've hit adversity and adversary since Wheeler's gone out. They've been on fire, and it just hasn't stopped with the loss of Bowman, Trey Turner right now. I mean, if they could just do it, we need like 2 more weeks out of them. Just keep doing this for 2 more weeks.
You need 6 weeks.
Well, I think Turner will be back in
right.
I don't know if he's going to be out 6 weeks, but just
I mean, keep doing it for. I mean,
the
whole
October, yeah. I mean, it's just the total opposite of last year where we were limping in. And there, some people, maybe Jim Salisbury may have said I was a little crazy thinking they could catch the Braves a little bit ago, but those Braves, they racked up some wins against some okay people, okay teams. The Brewers. Yeah, my bad. And I don't know. There's 2.5. The Brewers got the tiebreaker, so it's actually 3.5. They're off today, but could be down to
3.
2 or 3. Yeah,
2. Yeah, it could be down to 2.
And I mean, Brewers got Cardinals, and they got the Angels, Cardinals, Padres, Reds. So those last 6 are tough. Phillies finished up against the Miami and Minnesota. I don't know, man. We got a shot.
Got a shot.
Got a puncher's chance.
I'll just be happy with the 2 spot and over the Dodgers. So I feel great about it. And the top spot's gravy. But again, having home field is everything.
Everything.
Especially with this club. They're a different team. It's funny. They went up to New York and we all watched it. We all got scared.
Yes.
But then they come home and they're just a different team at home.
The Mets have looked probably worse here than the Phillies looked up there.
Yes.
I mean, they're outscored 21-6 in 3 games so far.
Yeah.
And we don't even have Wheeler.
It was great is
they're putting Helsley in junk time.
Yeah. What was great is that Monday night was the catalyst of this whole thing because Monday night the Phillies are clinging to a 1-0 lead. Right? Didn't hit. It's one of those games.
They got their young phenom on the
Clayton's
mound.
on the mound, right? They didn't hit. And what happens? Off Duran, second and third, 1 out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're
There are
like
a bunch of nervous
hit,
Nellies down there.
right? You're like 1 hit from losing the game. And like the last thing you would need is to go down that road, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Duran gets the 2 strikeouts. There's no tying run. There's no bottom of the ninth. There's no extras. They win the game. And I think that took the Mets' soul.
Well, the Mets.
Because the last 2 games, it hasn't been.
Coming off the series up at Citi Field, once they had 2 in second and third against Duran with 1 out or no outs, they thought, here it goes. Here comes our comeback.
Right.
Doing it again.
Yes.
Then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, man, what's going on? Didn't happen.
And like you've seen that over the last couple of games. Now,
Lindor post game, they're beaten.
They're beaten. They're
yes. Can I just say, San Fran's ballpark scares me too. Like I don't want to see them in the playoffs. The Reds are only 2 games out as well. Let's go Reds. I know the Reds beat up on the Phils this year, but I don't believe the Reds in the playoffs. They're too young. They don't have it. Let the Reds get high and get in.
I don't fear the Red.
No, let the Red machine get in.
Yeah, I don't fear the Red.
That's what I'm hoping
those
for.
Reds remind me of the Reds that we faced in was it 09, 08? It wasn't 08.
No, 08.
It was 09. We faced the Brewers in 08.
Mm-hmm.
We faced the Reds one of the years. It was, I'll tell you what it was. It was 10. And Doc pitched the no-hitter.
That's against the Reds?
That was against the Reds.
Man, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was the Friday.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think that Saturday, the next day, they beat Chapman.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You remember that?
Yep.
So this Reds team reminds me of that team.
So,
like they're decent, but they're not a threat.
No.
Like, Phillies aren't losing to the Reds.
Let's go
Reds.
Reds. Yeah.
Dude.
And we all want him DFA. Kemp, you got to give him his flowers for last night. He got 5 RBIs last night.
Yeah.
Kemp had a game of games. Yeah. He's looking good out there. Brandon Marsh.
Well, you sent this to the group, and it's just amazing. The Phillies outfield, which was horrendous.
Yeah.
Right? Look at this graphic. You have the graphic, Andrew, of the Phillies outfield and what it's done post-break. I mean, it's unbelievable what they've done.
Yeah, and it gets even if you isolate just September, their outfield, their OPS is 1.143, which is first. They have for the month of September. I mean, we're only 11 games, 10 days in.
Rob Thompson some credit here.
So
he's the one who saved Kepler.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that has, like Bader, he's done exactly what we want to do. I want to Bader bat leadoff against the lefty. He batted leadoff. Like, he's handled this thing really well.
So we ran it by Sealski yesterday because David Murphy wrote the column. He's lost a Cy Young pitcher. He's handled this platoon fantastic. He's had a depleted bullpen with Alvarado. He's lost Harper for like 23 games. He now doesn't have Trey Turner or Alec Boehm. Is he a manager of the year candidate? He's got to be. The adversity he's had to face this year.
And you got the second best record in the National League. I know Pocket Pancake Man is everybody's darling, but if the Phillies finish first, I'm sorry. Topper it is.
I 100% agree, man. I think we've been saying it. He's just been sneaky good and consistent the whole season.
Yeah, there is people they got to give him credit.
Yeah, and then you saw him in the clubhouse after Schwarber hits his 50, dropping the F-bomb. You're the 34th player in baseball bleeping history to do this. The clubhouse is crazy. They love him. They love Topper.
They love him.
He creates a really good vibe down there. He instills nothing but confidence in his players. I don't know. Yeah, I think at this point he'd be my front runner. Even if they finish a couple games behind the Brewers, the adversity he's had.
I mean, the adversity is ridiculous. Now, in fairness, Milwaukee came out of nowhere. So if Milwaukee comes out of nowhere and wins the National League, like to me, whoever wins the league gets the award.
You think?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, fairness. I mean, you're going to look at it. If I was a voter, which I've done that in the past, I'd vote for whoever won
for manager of the year. Yeah.
Because you didn't expect the Brewers to win the National
They were a
League.
playoff team last year, weren't they?
Oh, dude, come on. You look at that lineup. They're not. You stop. Like, you got to give credit. Give credit. Like, come on.
They're there due to, like, the adversity the Phillies haven't had to face.
No, they're not.
You don't think the Phillies are 3 games better if Alvarado doesn't have an 80-game suspension? And
well, it all works out because if
they lost Hoskins. I get it.
If you got Alvarado, then you don't have Durant. And I'd much rather have Durant than Alvarado.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
yeah, I'm good with that trade-off.
I mean, I just think he's done such a great job. He deserves so much praise, especially because he gets beat up here so often.
It's quieted down a little bit right now. My feed of the Ragu who beats him up every game, not so much the last couple days.
What does the Ragu say?
He hasn't even popped up on my feed, so he must be quiet. He must be like a church mouse right now.
I'm hoping that it's not like I'm going to lay in the weeds and then he makes a mistake.
That's what'll happen.
And then they come out.
Like, then I'll see this Roach manager does it again. That's
right. Like, come on. Like, you got to give the guy credit. You have to.
I give props to Shane Beavers in the chat. He's taking back his Buttermaker reference. He says he looks like Buttermaker from Bad News Bears.
People are taking back Slopper.
They're taking back. Yeah.
Slopper. That's an Eddie Wright thing.
It is. 100%.
Right? Yeah. Only
that is the origin of Slopper.
Our man Eddie in the chat is he wields. He's like Edward Scissorhands, right? When it comes to chopping you up,
like one-liners, he's so good.
He'll chop you up, man. He'll chop you up big time.
Fartsy, Big Farts Jones. I hate Rob Thompson. I'll give him his flowers. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. Come on, Fartsy.
What is it about him that people have such?
I don't tell us, Farts. What do you hate about him? What drives you crazy?
You got to tell me, like, for once and for all. I'm curious as to why the vitriol.
He's so unabrasive to me. He's not. He's the least polarizing guy.
He's like a nice man.
Yes.
I'm not saying. I die at the altar of Charlie.
Yes.
Right. Like
he's not LaRussa.
I mean, like Charlie's my main man. Right.
Yes.
So I get it. But he's a nice man. Like he really is a nice man.
Yeah. He seems like he'd be a nice.
And what happened? We loved him. Right, like we loved the guy. He was a great story, right? Coming from the Yankees, never got the top job. You get rid of Girardi, he comes in. They go on a run. What happened to the love that? Like everybody's like, oh yeah, we love Topper. We love Topper
because they're chasing pitches against Arizona and the Mets in the playoffs. I guess I don't know what's he supposed to do about that.
Well, right. I mean,
what's he supposed to do?
You know, come on. And again, when you're missing all these guys,
right? And also, I mean, your boy Harrison Bader wouldn't improve. He played 3/4 of the season with Rojas in center field.
Exactly,
Rojas. I mean, look at the difference Bader is compared to Rojas.
Couldn't hit at all. He couldn't hit a lick in the first half.
Yes,
I mean, it was Nick. Even the way
Nick's horrible,
right?
Right.
Like, look at what he's dealt with. Bohm's been out. Right, underachieving. Yes. Stott underachieved.
Stott, yes.
I mean, even Bryce.
The only thing he's had Trey and Schwarber.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because even Bryce hasn't had the power. It's good to see some power out of Bryce because he hasn't had the power.
Yes, Caleb Cotham, great job. The rotation has not missed a beat so far. Fingers crossed. That's a big loss, and they've just keep rolling on.
Yeah.
Starting rotation. I mean, they held the Mets. The starters have held the Mets to what, 3 runs or 2 runs through the whole series?
Yeah. It's truthfully, it's pretty awesome.
And the Dodgers are holding out Ohtani, so when they come in, it looks like Ohtani goes Monday. I don't know who the Tuesday starter will be, and then you'll get Yamamoto Wednesday. That'll be the Dodgers lineup because they got Yamamoto going tonight, Kershaw Saturday, Glasnow Sunday. Or Yamamoto goes Friday, Kershaw Saturday, and Glass.
Wait, Yamamoto's Friday?
Yeah.
So we'll miss
Isn't
it.
that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? He'll be Wednesday, right?
Okay.
5 day. Yeah. So we'll get Yamamoto Wednesday, Otani Monday. I don't know who the Tuesday is. So it's going to be
it's that kid. He's good. It's he pitched the other night. He pitched. I'll tell you.
That's going to be a good series. That should be playoff atmosphere down at the link as well. At the link, at the CBP.
He pitched Tuesday.
The link will be rocking that night too.
It'll be Sheehan.
All right, I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
Sheehan.
he's good. He's really good. He's got in 60 innings, 59 and 2/3 innings. He's got 69 strikeouts. And,
all right.
and only allowed 46 hits in 59 2/3 innings.
All right.
He's good. He's good. So it'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This is everything we wanted.
Listen, it'll be fun that we'll have this showdown for the 2 spot, basically, or maybe the 1 spot, depending on what happens with Milwaukee. Where's Milwaukee at this weekend?
Milwaukee goes to St. Louis.
All right. Well, you got to hope they stink. It's a shame.
I know they got 6 of their next 9 are St. Louis, and they got the Angels. So
the only good thing about that is that when you face a team, it's hard to go 5-1, 6-0 against a team. So they'll probably go like 4-2.
Yeah, their next 9 they're gonna rack up some wins. The Brewers they should, but you gotta hope that you gotta hope the Cardinals are like the Marlins used to be with the Phillies, just a gnat. Take a couple games.
Yeah, I agree.
But coming into this Mets series, I was like, man, if they get 1, good. If they get 2, I'm joyous. We're looking for a sweep tonight.
Yeah. Birds, as we get ready for the Super Bowl rematch, not good. Dallas Goedert injured. I don't believe he's going to play. In fact, I don't believe I think he's going to be out for a couple weeks.
What?
That's my guess.
Eesh. I mean, after safety and cornerback, that's probably their thinnest position.
Yes.
Time for another trade.
Time for another trade. I love it, Andrew. Yeah, I don't think he plays this week at all. I don't think he's going to be out for a long period, but he's going to be out this
What's
week.
the impact on the running game with that?
Dude, he steals the edge.
I know.
Even worse in the pass game because, he's a good blocker. Spag's going to blitz all day long. So your boy, I know you're a Calcaterra fan, but he's not a good blocker.
Not his blocking. I'm not a fan of his blocking.
No. So, that's the problem with Goddard. Goddard is a really good player, but he just can't stay healthy.
What is it? His knee?
Yeah. So we'll see.
I don't even know. Is there a tight end on the practice squad? A blocking tight end? I don't even know.
No, listen, they wanted to draft a tight end this year, but it didn't work out.
I mean, if he's going to miss a few weeks, I think Andrew might be right. There might be a trade coming.
I don't think it's going to be that long. So
okay.
I don't think a few, maybe a couple.
All right.
I think this week. I don't think he plays this week.
It's move 7 out of the 8 that Baldy called. So
yes.
Move
7 out.
Move 7 out of the 8.
Predicted 8 moves.
Tight end's one of them.
I don't think so. I don't think they make a move, but we'll see.
There's good news, I guess. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, Gabe Hall made the practice squad. We had Bo. Bo was kind of ripping the Eagles, saying they miscalculated it, and Gabe Hall would have been picked up by somebody, but he was not. He is on the practice squad as of this morning.
Okay.
Bo was upset about it, so I just wanted to let everybody know.
But I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over Gabe Hall. I am going to lose sleep. Let's look at this weekend.
Yeah.
Now, I feel good. I was trying to think about this. I don't know really what's changed, right? Now the Chiefs line got better. Its O-line got better. But Carter's still a game record. Carter's going to be out of his mind.
He's going to be on a mission.
After getting ejected, I think he's going to be out of his mind.
I think he's going to be a psycho. Yeah.
So
wrecking damage up the middle, right in Mahomes' face.
Yeah, and again, they're going to be down Worthy and Rice. That's a huge. It's you losing Worthy. Worthy's is their speed guy. Now, Thornton is a speed guy, and he's good. They like him. But, you know, I'm not worried about their way. And you and I talked about this. Travis Kelce, I just think he's done.
I think
mean, like he can still catch balls over the middle and all. He could be an Ertz, but his days of those 42-yard rumbling touchdowns, I think they're over.
and it feels like where he has success is the middle of the field, and the Birds are strong with their linebackers and Coop in the middle of the field. That's their
listen,
strength.
I've always liked Travis. I think first of all, we love Jason.
Yeah.
And so I've always loved Travis. He was a great player. I just don't think he's got the explosiveness or speed anymore. And I look at him, how you hurt the Eagles is really on your outside. They're going to go pick on CB2.
Right.
And that's where they're going to try to do their damage. But you down Worthy, I feel good about it. I think even without Goddard, I think the Eagles win.
Is this a game where you would have Q follow Hollywood Brown around?
Nah, I'm not that worried about Hollywood Brown.
So you feeling good?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think they haven't done much on their defense to shore up anything from last year.
Run the ball well against the Chargers.
No, they had a really hard time. I think Pacheco had 25 yards.
Yeah, and I look at it and I just think that they're going to be. I love their linebackers, right? And I love Cooper.
Seems like advantage Eagles.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I don't think it's a blowout, but I think they win again. And I don't even think it I don't want to say not a sweat, but I think they win. Like I feel pretty.
Spags is in your circle. I mean, can he do much different than he did last time we saw him in the Super Bowl? He hasn't added many players strategy wise. Is he going to change it up? Or you think he goes with a lot of what we saw?
I think he does what he does, which is look at the tape from Cowboys game. You've heard about it, right? From the Cowboys game, what happened? They were able to shut down Barkley, and they blitzed Jalen. So what do you think Spags is going to do?
Well, he's going to try to. I mean, he couldn't in the Super Bowl, so I'm wondering what would change from the Super Bowl till now.
Yeah, the only thing about the Super Bowl is the way the defense manhandled the Chiefs' offense led to that.
But you don't think – I kind of foresee the same happening.
I don't know. I mean,
especially down their receivers.
Well, their O-line was in worse shape last year. And because they were three and out, field position.
Right.
Like the Eagles' offense, it wasn't really an Eagles. Jalen made the one throw down the field, but it was a Coop return for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They shut down Barkley. I think it's a lower scoring. Call it, we'll give scores, but I smell it like a 23-17, something like that, 23-16.
All right. Wouldn't buy a touchdown.
You lose on the road?
Yeah.
That would be a great win.
Because they got revenge on their mind.
Does the game against the Chargers, does that change anything for you? And that the Chargers were able to kind of have their way with the Chiefs last week? Like, the Eagles are a better team than the Chargers. So, like, seeing how they were able to perform against the Chiefs, you'd have to think the Eagles are going to be able to do.
I look at matchups. I don't look at what one team did versus the other team. I don't do that.
Yeah.
No, I think you're going to miss Goddard over the middle of the field, and I think you're going to miss his. I think you're going to miss his blocking.
Yeah.
So, just looking at these matchups, I kind of I see the Eagles win, but I don't see some
blowout.
It's not a Super Bowl. It's not going to be the Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
You feeling a big game from AJ?
No.
No?
No.
You think he's got lingering hammy issues?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I watched that tape.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell he's not 100% because he beats his man. And he couldn't beat his man. And I think that's he lacked explosiveness. And I just think he's just got to get, little by little, it'll come. And when it does, then he'll start beating his man again, and he'll be unstoppable on the outside. But I think it's going to take a couple weeks. All right, lots to get to.
It's a good shirt you're wearing, by the way, today.
Thank you. Thank you. We got lots to get to. We got our man, Pat McClune, coming up from the editor's desk, where we do our 5 headlines of the week. We got from ESPN ABC, our main man, Kevin Negandhi. We love Kevin. He's coming up at 10. And at 10:30, the Brain. And we'll give you some picks and the whole thing. You're going to go back in the day. We're going everywhere. Now let's talk about some of our friends, shall we?
How about Rothman? Fine folks at Rothman saved my life, helping me out with my broken neck. They've helped Frazier with his neck. They've helped Anthony with his knee, his ankle, his Achilles. This is what they do. They help us get moving. So let's talk about getting back to what you love, especially this fall. Whether you're biking along the Schuylkill, you're playing some fall sports, maybe some kickball, maybe some basketball, or finally tackling that hiking trail and getting ready to take in some nice foliage change soon. It's tough when your body doesn't want to cooperate, and that's where Rothman Orthopedics comes in. From aches after a pickup game to old injuries flaring up on summer adventures, Rothman's team of experts is here to help. With evidence-based care and a commitment to restoring your mobility, they'll get you back out there stronger than ever. Don't let pain put your summer on pause. Visit rothmanortho.com/PHLY to book your appointment today and get back to what you're doing, to get back to doing what you love. And more importantly, doing what you love pain-free.
Pain-free.
Rothman Orthopedics, getting you back to your fall game is their mission.
That's right. It's their mission. Let's talk about Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. You're looking for the most affordable 7-passenger SUV in America. CherryHillMitsubishi.com has you covered with the Outlander, the 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander. They're celebrating all of the fall with incredible savings on all their Mitsubishis. It's a budget-friendly, gas-sipping Outlander.
Nice. Love the gas sipping.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't know this, but Mitsubishi Motors is #1 in customer satisfaction with dealer services among mainstream brands and SUV owners. I'm not saying that. That's J.D. Power. Yep. So they know. Stop in today. You tell them PHLY sent you. You'll get the Cuz discount. All right. Trust me. See my man Bill. Bill over at Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. It's a Folk dealership. Charlie Folk and the people at all his dealerships are amazing. You want to talk about family, the whole thing. I got to know Charlie very well. I love him. Just great people. He's got the best people working for him. So if you're in need of a vehicle, please do yourself a favor. You'll get a great deal. You'll get a great experience. They're wonderful people. Drive home your new Mitsubishi today. Just minutes from all bridges, online 24/7. CherryHillMitsubishi.com. I know people buy Mitsubishis elsewhere. I just don't know why.
Somebody in this room is going to be looking for a new car soon. Maybe an Outlander.
Probably. I'll find out in a day or so.
What's your? Do you want the Sentra? What do you want?
I mean, if I go see our friends, I'll probably check out a Soul. You know, I'm a Soul man. I'm a Soul man.
That's right. You're like the Soul.
He's a Soul man.
Speaking of Soul, a good Soul. Let's go to the editor's desk. Our man, Pat McClune.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
This just in, ladies and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea. It's time for headlines from the editor's desk with Pat McClune.
Good morning, Pat.
What's up, Pat?
How are you, boys?
What do you say,
How are
buddy?
you, boys? Got the hat on this week to not scare anybody, BJ. That was an issue last week. So we got that repaired. We also are in the process
repaired.
We're also in the process of getting repaired by Rothman, by one of the doctors that you two guys speak to. So I can vouch for them as well.
Nice.
So once they put Humpty Dumpty McClune back together again, we'll be all right, boys.
I want to get you back on the basketball court.
There you go. There you go.
That's it, man. That's it. Let's get into it. Just quickly, man, the Phillies, no Wheeler. You lose Turner. You've had no Bohm. And they just roll, man. other than the one hiccup in New York, it's been an incredible stretch.
Yeah, it was great. Last night was good. I was over babysitting the grandchildren. My son Pat came over. He saw it was, I think, back. He's 8-1. He said, "Hey, who hit homers?" I said, "Nobody." When it's 8-1, I said they're just putting innings together, and guys are getting key hits with people on bases.
Yeah.
A frustration throughout the season where a lot of times where you get second and third, one out or whatever, and they can't get the run home. But boy, they're getting it home now. It's great. And I am wildly, wildly advocating your thinking, Anthony, about let's go Reds, let's go Giants, let's get them out of the playoff picture all together. All together.
Yeah, I don't want to see them. I don't want anything to do with them. Just kill them. Like the steak. I mean, they really are the vampire, and just make the vampire perish.
Absolutely. And that's why the first two are so important. It'd be great if they caught the Brewers, but even with down Turner and Bohm and all, and Wheeler, getting past the Dodgers is big. You get that bye in the first round. You don't have to worry about a stinking Mets coming out of the grave and have to deal with them in the first round. Make that the Dodgers' problem.
Yeah.
The Padres' problem.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I looked the other day, the Padres were only 1 back. They're 2 or 3 back now, but that's a crazy possibility that the Padres win the division and the Dodgers become the top wild card.
Yes. Yeah. It's nuts. There's still a couple weeks left in September, and it's going to be a wild time with the 6 to now 7, 8 teams kind of jockeying back and forth. It's pretty wild. I got to just ask you about Topper for a second because, we talked about him, we discussed him, and for some reason he gets like a lot of vitriol. And you and I have been seeing a bunch of managers and coaches and all, and he's so benign. I don't understand the vitriol towards this man. And again, I think he's done a great job.
Oh, yeah. In a lot of ways, he reminds me of the longtime editor at the Daily News I work with, Mike Days. It's that, business, it's a long business. Baseball season's a long season. And you know who Topper is? Topper's this guy.
Yeah.
Topper's the same guy after an 8-0 loss to Milwaukee as he is after a 11-1 win over the Mets. And, I think that players respect that. The players, respect that. It's a long season. Football's different in some ways. It's a steady hand's great, but the emotion can really play into it. But in baseball, you can't be that kind of attitude that Thompson has brought to the team. He's always, if you had to say one word that you've heard Thompson say in press conferences more than anything, it's resilience. He's always talking resilience. And never has there been a bigger test of the Phillies' resilience than this year. And they are very much passing the test of resilience. And I'm with you, Anthony. You got to give Thompson credit for that.
Yeah. I don't get all the vitriol. I just don't. He's so polarizing. I'm like, why is he polarizing? It makes no sense. Let's go headlines, baby.
Okay. Here we go. We have Eagles. We have Eagles preview, Eagles deals, a Phillies thing that's a little different, but I think pretty interesting. NFL overall and Big Five.
All right, let's go Big Five.
Yes. And, look, we're all about the pros. We're all about the Eagles. We're all about the Red September, but it is the editor's desk. And we do have a feel for Philadelphia sports in its entirety. And the headline there is the Big Five coaching experience. And what a wild day it was yesterday when Billy Lang leaves to go to the NBA and the Knicks. And not even for an on the bench job.
No, he's like their ninth assistant.
Yes, it's crazy. And I don't know if he was one step ahead of the law there or whatever. It might have been a little bit of a hot seat. I love how everybody say that he was like they were really coming along and stuff. He was 84 and 108. His high mark was finishing 5th in the Atlantic 10. But anyway, the reverberations of it are wild because, people, me, you, and VG have a certain affinity for college basketball in the Big Five that Andrew and others might not necessarily have. And I get it. But it's crazy when you think of this, Anthony. The current dean of Big Five coaching is Adam Fisher.
Wow.
Adam Fisher, going into his third year at Temple, has been at his school longer than the other 4, who are seasoned guys, but are all going into their first year. I had Bob Vitrone, Boop, I said, Boop, give me a year that really showed the power and steadiness of what Big Five coaching tree was to Philadelphia. And Boop came back with 25 years ago, 2000, 2001. In that year, Temple had John Chaney in his 19th year, Speedy in his 15th year at LaSalle, Fran Dunphy in his 12th year at Penn, Steve Lapis, a bit of an outlier, who was in his 9th year at Villanova, and then exactly, fresh behind the ears, the guy with the least tenure was Phil Martelli, and Phil was going into his 6th year at St. Joe's. So you're looking at 5 programs with the guy at the bottom in his 6th year. Now you're looking at a city with a guy going into his 3rd year and 4 guys starting off in their 1st year. So it's just something that I felt merited noting or whatever. St. Joe's is fortunate that they have a real Philly guy, a real Philly basketball man in Steve Donahue. And Stevie will take over there, and, we hope he does well. But it was just kind of a wild, get the text moving among all the boys and stuff like that moment in Big Five history.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I miss those coaches. I do. I miss those coaches. I love, what's weird? I love college football, but college basketball, I've lost a lot.
Right.
I liked it way better back then. I think college football is better now, but I think college basketball is weaker now.
Most people in Philly at our age like college basketball more than pro basketball. I know I do, but I can see people, well, not right now, but I could see people making the argument because it's just not what it was. And speaking of what it was, I was lucky this summer that I did a lot of fun things, including going to Ireland. My reading going to Ireland was an advanced manuscript of Mike Jensen's book that's at Temple Press now, the Philly Hoops book about the history of Philadelphia basketball.
Oh,
what a slam dunk. Let me tell you, next year, coming out around Christmas, that thing, you talk about Chaney and Dump and Speedy and Dawn Staley and Gene Banks and Wilt Chamberlain and Tom Gola. Boy, Mike really hit it out of the park. So that'll be something.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's great.
There you go.
Yeah, how about the news that Jay Wright stepped away from CBS?
Interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. And what a shock. I thought Jay was great at it.
Yeah, that's a big loss. It's a big loss for the coverage. I loved his analysis.
Yes. It shows you he's the greatest. Like, he's like, my life is good.
Right.
I don't want, I don't want to work.
Stress.
I don't need to work.
Yes.
I don't need to go be on TV. Listen, you basically steal money for a month. Like really, like you're Jay Wright. They do everything for you.
Yeah.
They put you up in
the Four Seasons or whatever.
Right. Like you got a car service.
Yeah.
Like you're going in the back of the arena or the studio.
Watch a couple games.
Like it's the easiest gig in the world for a guy like him, and you get paid big dollars. And he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yep. And in typical fashion, a lot of those guys mail it in and take that as a good thing to whatever, But I give him credit. If you're a great coach, there's something about the greatness in you that you bring out the greatness in many ways, and that's why Jay was so good at it. And that's why we've talked before. I think Saban's fabulous on the college game day. Really good.
Dude,
Really good.
He's awesome. Even the VRBO,
Yeah.
Verbo commercials.
He knows. Yes.
He's the best.
The fact that he plays like the straight man,
Yeah.
he's like irritated by
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Hey, coach, check-in time's 3 o'clock. It's 2:57.
I know.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things over the week was there was I don't know that it's been resolved, but at one point the Powerball was at a crazy number. VG, is that still live?
No, 2 people won it. Are you going to talk about the Alabama lady?
Yes. Yeah.
I played that as a nug yesterday.
Alabama, the typical newscast. Hey, what would you do if you won the Powerball? They went to this elderly woman. What would you do with the Powerball? She said, oh, yeah, I just bought the Powerball. I'll tell you what, it's so high now. The first thing I do is I take $70 million and I buy out that Kellen DeBoer and tell him to go somewhere else. And
Dude, I think Andrew's got it. Just play it when he says he'll fire Kevin DeBoer.
I tell you exactly what I'd do with the first $70 million. I'd pay off Kalen DeBoer and get him the heck out of the University of Alabama, and then I'd take whatever else it took to get rid of the AD. So I'd give him the church money. I don't know how much.
As he goes off about paying off bills.
I love her.
He's cleaning house, Anthony. They're all out. She's cleaning house.
Yes. That's
Hey, while we're on college, there's a report by David Melandra, who covers some college sports in town. He's saying Stevie Donahoe's going to take Donahoe's going to take the Hawks job.
He is getting the job, and that he was on staff. Billy brought him in, and I thought I saw this morning St. Joe's went ahead and gave Stevie a couple-year deal.
Yeah, he said it earlier.
Oh, did he? I missed it.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed it. Yeah. He's a great coach.
Yeah.
Stevie's
He's a good friend of Pat's a good friend of Pat.
Yep, good coach. All right, so we got double Eagles, Phillies, and NFL, Anthony.
Let's go Eagles. Let's go first Eagles.
Okay. And the Eagles I want to deal with, Andrew, is the Eagles deal. And the headline there is let's make a deal. And what I'd like to do there, Anthony, is tell you who they've acquired via deals. I'm going to throw in a couple of the waiver wire guys, and you tell me who's the guy that you really are hoping busts out of this group. So we're talking Tank Bigsby, Zadarius Smith, Marcus Epps, Fred Johnson, quarterback Sam Howell, John Mechie, and Jacorian Bennett. Who do you guys hope pops out of that group?
Zadarius.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to me, it's the you need edge rusher.
So with you on that, Anthony. If they get a veteran pass rush out of him, if they get a push out of him, and this pass rush gets going, look out. Look out. I also wouldn't mind if Jacorian Bennett steps up and becomes the answer there, but I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like, he's certainly two. But I do think you need some edge stuff. You got to have some. And Zadarius, what a great stroke of fortune that you get a 9-sack guy like that's still in the street.
Yes. Yeah.
And
so he's a good guy to have in the locker room too.
Yeah, and a good pass rush helps to minimize the damage of a mediocre CB2.
Yeah. Yep. Could be. Yeah. All right.
Let's go
I know
Phillies.
Okay. Now the Phillies, we could go on and on about stomping the Mets like Lucy stomping the grapes in Italy, and it's a great thing to see. But the Phillies thing I want to deal with is something I touched on last week, and the headline there is none of us were born. And I just want to talk. Some of the stuff jumped out wildly at me, guys. Trey Turner's hurt, but he's sitting there at 305, leading the National League in hitting. And I think most solid Philadelphia sports fans know what a drought it's been for a Phillies player to win the batting title. You have to go back.
Wow.
You have to go back, 67 years to Rich Ashburn in 1958, before I was born, to see when the Phillies have won it. But the numbers around it, guys, are crazy. First off, only every other team in the National League has won a batting title, with the exception of the Diamondbacks, who are, an expansion franchise. Everyone's won a title since Turner, in case Turner has a chance. Also, never in the history of the whole cockeyed game, boys, has a batting title been won at less than 300. This one's a test. The lowest batting title in the history of the National League was just last year when Luis Arias won it at 314. The lowest ever was Carl Yastrzemski actually won a batting crown in the late 60s, hitting 301.
Wow. He won a triple crown?
Triple crown the year he hit 301.
Wow.
All right. Now, this is kind of wild. First off, as an aside, Arias is defending his title 3 times. Arias won the NL the last 3 years.
Do you remember when the batting title was almost as big as the home run title? Like the batting title was it. Like you just said that about Arias, and like I kind of knew it, but you're 3 times that you hold it. I didn't realize it because we put no weight. We fell into this MLB like vortex about home runs that we don't even value it. That the batting title was like the heavyweight champion of the world or welterweight.
That's such a great point, Anthony. And it's encapsulated in the fact that Arias has been traded 2 or 3 times while he was batting champ. You remember these years where they were extrapolating it to like the 6th decimal point, who was going to win the thing at like 339.482 or something.
Remember
like that.
Guys that wouldn't play like the last 2 games?
Yes.
And it was like, you're a coward. You're not going to put your title on the line.
Worst. Absolute worst. A couple of other things about it with the Phillies that's so bad. In all those 58 years, the Phillies have only been second in the batting title 3 times. Only 2 people, and not in 44 years. The last time the Phillies finished second was 1981. The same guy finished second in 79 and 81.
Would that be Pete?
That's Pete.
Yeah.
Pete finishes second in 79 and 81. And then Tony Gonzalez finished second in 1967. No one since.
Well, that's a great nugget, man.
Yeah. Harper's finished 3rd. Crux finished 3rd. But not only.
How about Dykstra? Dykstra get anywhere?
Dykstra either won it or finished 2nd, but as a Met.
Wow.
As a Met,
Wow.
And here's the other thing about this year, guys. Turner is the only guy in the NL over 300 at 305.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There are 2 guys in the league over 295. There are 4 guys in the league over 290. Wow. What's going on there?
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, I'm looking now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in all of baseball over 300. And if I go back to 2020, there's 26 guys over 300. 20 more guys. And it's only 5-year difference. That's the way baseball.
I think it's all about the home run. It's all about
launch angle. Yeah. Plus the pitching is good, but they don't shorten their swing. Like you 2 strikes. I mean, how many times you're taught shorten your swing? 2 strikes.
Yep. Croc made a point the other day that Kepler had 2 strikes on, and he was happy that he choked up. That's winning baseball.
Yeah.
You choke up and you slap one to the left side. You slap one down to third base line as a left-handed batter. It's great stuff.
Let me ask you guys. Joe Rocket in the chat says the pitching's that much better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the pitching's better, and they don't shorten up.
There was only 1 or 2 guys throwing high 90s at Pete in 79 and 1. Nolan Ryan and J.R. Richards scared people for a few years, and Wagner coming out of the bullpen. But now you talked about Helsley. VG made the good point. They're bringing in a mop-up. They go get the Cardinals closer. He flops for the Mets. But, that guy's throwing up all this curveballs and all this breaking stuff. That's got to be driving him crazy.
Yeah.
That dude's 99. Come on, man. I get bummed out every time that I guess he's got to mix things in. But when Duran throws a knuckle curve, my first reaction is why?
Yes,
Why?
dude. I'm with you.
100%.
That's why, when he has those big strikeouts, it's like, dude, just throw gas, man. Like, he was fooling around with McNeil, and he fouled one. It almost hit the umpire. It hit the umpire. It was almost fair.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, blow it by him. What are you messing around with?
Yeah.
Knock
And by the way,
out and let's go home.
Yes.
By the way, let's plug in McNeil on our all hate the face team.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
he's a hate to
easy.
face. He's a
He's the
freaking
most
McNeil.
contemptible of those Mets.
Yeah.
I can't get upset at a Lindor or Alonso. They're good players, but that McNeil, yeah.
All right, let's go NFL.
NFL. Okay, sitting here in the right day. I hope you guys all have a good day. If you do or if you do not, go home and relax. We got a good one tonight. We got Phillies Mets, and the NFL game's a great game. And by the way, I'm enjoying this PHLY feature. I hope they're going to keep trotting out Anthony's top to bottom in the NFC. I enjoyed that. We're featuring number 2 versus number 4 this week in the Gargano rankings. There's been some good social media stuff there. The other thing I love that I could have made a segment out was to pick the uniform thing, the best uniforms at each number. That was great stuff. So good stuff coming from PHLY. But anyway, our next one there is Lambeau Leap.
Oh.
All of a sudden now, there he is. Look at him. There he is, Micah Parsons. I have a couple things to say here. Yes, you're right, putting the Packers at number 2. And yes, it's good if everybody falls in love with him and forgets about the birds. I'm fine with that. And yes, I think Micah Parsons is a great player. One of the betters I've ever seen. But please do not mention Micah Parsons in the same breath as Reggie White. Stop. Yes, he loves the Packers. Yes, he's a good defender. Yes, he's going to help make a difference. But, sir, I've seen Reggie White, and you, Micah Parsons, are no Reggie White.
You know what? That's a great take. It's a great take because everybody talked about Reggie. Oh, it's this era's Reggie White. Now, Reggie White was a 290-pound minister of mean. He was just unblockable. He beat you and then give you scripture while you're on the ground.
Yes, he would bull rush guys and take those tackles and throw the tackle at the quarterback. He knocked down quarterbacks, throw in the O-lineman at the quarterback. And, you talk about guys that could go side to side. He could fly. And listen, I didn't see Buckus. I saw a little bit about Buckus and all these guys. Don't give me Aaron Donald. The only guy that you can ever mention, in my opinion, in the same breath with Reggie White as a defender is not my favorite team, but credit where credit's due.
LT.
Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White. LT was very special.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, he invented, that edge guy. I mean, that edge coming off. I mean, that was Parcells putting him off the edge as that monster. And then every defensive end became, 255 pounds. Reggie was 290.
Yes. And, look at the Packers. They look good. They're going to be good. Should be a good one tonight. I think he has a little bit of the same problem in the long haul that Mahomes has. He does not have a world-class group of receivers there.
Oh, I disagree now.
What do you like on the Packers? I know you like Golden Cummings.
Yeah, dude, he's good. He's good.
Romeo Dobbs and Jaden Reed getting it done for
But they all they all slot in. When you have Golden on the outside, Golden's the truth, man. And when you got him on the outside, you gotta roll coverage his way, and it's going to open up for Dobbs. It's going to open up for Reid, and Kraft is a good tight end.
I like Kraft, and I'll buy you on Golden. I'm not sold on the other two guys. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm just saying they slot in, right? Like when you have a guy on the outside with that legitimate speed and that pass catching ability, then all of a sudden you're singling up guys like Dobbs and Reid, and they can beat single coverage.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, I hear you. I mean, it's not Igbuka and Mike Evans.
It's going to be a good one tonight. And then I know you got Kevin coming up. We'll finish off with the Eagles. And the headline is, how about those Chiefs? And I'm not going to like throw the emphasis on the Chiefs like Andy Reid. I'm just not going to do that. But really interesting. You know,
Great picture.
I agree. Will agree. Yeah, I said it's funny. I throw some of these challenges at Andrew. I said, you know, give me a down in the dumps Reid or Mahomes, and look what he comes up with. I mean,
great job, Andrew. That's a great picture.
Yeah. I don't just throw. Sometimes
wasn't hard to find.
Sometimes I send him a headline. Sometimes I put him in a box, and he comes out and he delivers. So way to go there, Mr. Fraser.
Can I just tell you where I'm just looking at on the screen? I love the editor's desk, like the newspaper, right? The banner. It's the editor's desk, and then the headline. I love it, man. It warms my heart looking at it.
There, we got the little tabs. Besides sports, if we chose, we could pull down world news, travel, economy, local, or regional. That's a well-rounded drop, you know.
It is.
So here we go again. And will Za'Darius play this weekend, Anthony?
I think so. I think he's going to play. The guy that I'm worried about who's not going to play, I don't believe, is Goddard.
Yeah.
I think that's a big. I think it's a big loss.
I saw a thing on. I was watching Red Zone. It's going a mile a minute, and I forget even what team it was. Might have been the Browns or something. I saw the back of a jersey on the sideline, and it said Fannin Jr. And I just kind of shook my head because I remember the Eagles had like 3 or 4 guys. The guy at LSU that they really had their eyes on, and it just didn't drop their way. And they really wanted to have the tight end. And frankly, though, if they drafted the tight end of the future, Goddard, they might not have even signed Goddard. So Goddard, and, you know, it looked like Jalen was just hitting Goddard when he didn't have anything. And you're so right about the blocking. I don't understand why when they keep acquiring these extra tight ends, Granson and the guy they moved, Harrison Bryant and all, and Calcaterra, and they keep signing the guys that have receiving upsides, but not blocking. I mean, I wish they just.
You know what? You know what's weird? I was having a conversation with someone in the league, not with the Eagles, but we were talking about the tight end spot, and they were saying that that's a lost art. That blocking tight end just doesn't exist. Like that guy that is blocked because of college football. And there are such weapons in the seam that they're receivers, really. And, you know, I mean, Goddard's a rare breed that he seals the edge really, really well. And, like, he's great blitz pickup. Like, there's a million things that he does that can help you.
It's funny. It's kind of an interesting parallel to we just talked about the lost art of the batting title as opposed to home runs.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's everybody's grabbing for the glory and the gusto. And if you're a tight end and you want to go for the glory or get, you know, you're going to be a guy who catches the ball 10 times. But, man, we could just use a guy on that edge. I'd be willing to sacrifice that, you know, even if the guy just flared out once or twice and at the end of the game you saw that he had 2 catches for 12 yards, I'd be fine with that if he was sealing the edge and getting that running game going.
Yeah. I think this week, because Spags is going to obviously blitz you, AJ not being 100%. I mean, he didn't look explosive to me on the outside. Like, he'll get it back at some point, but I don't know that this is the week it happens. So, like, Goddard over the middle was big for them.
So what do you think then? Is it a hard slog where Mahomes can't move the ball against the Eagles and it's not as easy for the Eagles to do it? And,
Yes.
Maybe the Chiefs get a late touchdown to cut it to 3 or something like that?
Yeah, I could see it. 23-16, something like that.
I'd be thrilled at 2-0. 2-0, and then, I could live with 3-1 at that point. 2-0 would be a great start.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 3-1, man. I'm happy.
Yes.
After 4,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I don't care
Absolutely.
how it happens. I don't think, like, they're not losing to Denver. I don't see that a little bit. They're not losing to Denver.
Right.
So
Yep.
So you drop either Sunday, which I don't even think so. It's a tough trip when you do Brazil and then come back. I know I know it's a longer week, but still, man, that Brazil, it takes a lot out of you.
Yes. Let's hope so, and let's hope that Carter comes in a little shamed and a little ready to collapse that line and get Jalix Hunt and Nolan Smith and maybe Zadarius Smith get some better lines toward Mahomes, and he starts having a little deja vu. He's never going to feel like he was in the vice at the Super Bowl, but a little pressure. As long as you and I are here, Anthony, we'll never say a game doesn't come down to the line play, and I'm sure Baldy would agree with us. But it really comes down to the line play again.
Yeah.
If it's a real good Eagles O line and it's an Eagles D line getting pressure, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, Carter's back. The beast is back. I love Pat. We love you, man. Thanks, my brother. You're the best.
Okay, guys. See you next week. Take care. That'll come on.
He's the greatest, the editor. Coming up. My boy. We love him. Breaking bread last week.
Yeah.
Some cheesesteaks.
Steaks. Skinny Joey's.
We had a lot of fun. It was great seeing him, man. He's the best. Coming up. Always wears it on his sleeve. Kevin Negandhi. First, let's talk about some of our sponsors. How about some Xfinity Internet? Yes, let's talk about. In fact, actually, I'm going to talk about Bet Parks, and then Joey, I need the other Xfinity, not this one. This is outdated. Let's talk about the Bet Parks Sportsbook online casino app. Yes. What do we got tonight?
What do you want?
Give me
baseball or
baseball first.
All right, baseball. Phillies minus 134. Sanchez.
Who's it, Peterson?
Oh, no, Luzardo and Peterson.
I love the Phillies tonight.
Luzardo strikeouts over 6.5 is minus 114.
I love the Phillies tonight.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
I mean, they're raw. Like they're hot.
Peterson's had two bad outings.
Yeah, Peterson.
I think he lasted 2 innings the last time.
Peterson.
Yeah, over 4.5 runs plus 108. I like it.
Yeah, and I like the lizard pitch as well.
Yes.
Give me some good lizard.
Football, Packers minus 3.
Cool.
And over under is 48.
Who's Joey?
How you guys doing? What's up? Good.
I like it.
Everyone good?
Football.
Football. Packers minus 3. Over under 48.
Dude, I would take Pack all day long. See what the brain has to say later on.
Yeah, I actually.
You like Washington?
No, I'll do alternative. I might do Packers minus 9.5.
Yeah,
I think the Packers are rolled.
So do I. I think the same thing.
Yeah, I don't even think it's
love
close.
the Pack tonight. I don't know. Short week at home?
Yeah, I was trying to find a tease, but I don't like. I'd probably go under. I'd probably tease the 48 to 50.
What was the argument I was telling you with the tease? How'd that work out?
It worked out. It was the.
Which game was that?
It was for the Friday night game. It was a Packers game.
It was the Monday night.
Monday night? No. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was the Monday night game, wasn't it? The Monday night game?
I don't know. It worked out. What was the Monday night game?
That was the Bears and the Vikings.
Yeah, I teased the Bears and the over, and it hit.
Oh, you luck. I told you to take the Vikings.
Yeah, well, I was like,
And they won the game outright.
sure. My tees hit as well. We both won. We're both happy.
I'm just trying to help you. The BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. Check it out, all right? It's got it all the great stuff. So much fun. All the college football, the slots, new customers, man. You get all kinds of stuff. In fact, you get a $50 free bet if your bet loses, up to $50.
Love it.
Plus, you get 50 BetParks coins.
Yeah, there's a bonus box or something.
Spins in the bonus box.
Yeah.
Coins and spins.
Love it.
Can't beat it. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. BetParks.com for all your details. BetParks, there's always another way to win. Now let's talk about Xfinity Sports. Now, if I was over Kevin's house, I wouldn't have to worry.
No.
But
no.
your house,
it's problematic.
yes. All right.
I mean, he makes the bucks.
Not about the money. He knows how to fan.
Yeah, he does know how to fan.
You're a great fan, but you're a weird fan. Like, you're more worried about your charcuterie.
You don't like a little grainy football game with a little static and stuff? That's a problem
Tube
for you?
TV and all that.
Yeah.
Buffer.
Yeah.
Switch between
Oh,
apps, trying to
great.
find a game. All right?
Yeah.
Don't be fan fish like VG. You call yourself a football fan, you got to have Xfinity, the ultimate sports destination. All right? You can find the best games, your favorite teams, all in one place. The way I watch it is next level with Xfinity. The perfect fan flex, action all night in your living room. Xfinity's best picture and sound. I love this. It's the enhanced 4K. It feels like you're in the stadium. I love it. So I'm a big Xfinity guy. I love it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you invited me over.
You come over and tell you what, I'm not a great host. Like, you come over, I'll give you, I got the water tank.
Yeah?
So you can have fresh water.
All right.
That's it.
Little pigs in a blanket, little hors d'oeuvres.
No pigs in a blanket. You nuts. First of all, if there were pigs in a blanket,
I wouldn't eat it.
no, Anthony, you wouldn't eat it, and Anthony would eat it all.
Yeah.
So you would be out. Anyway, check it out. Next game day, make sure the big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more, Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multiple view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box. Now, let's go to our man. I love him. Kevin Negandhi.
Hometown hero, Kevin Negandhi, from Tap to ESPN.
Kevin! I'm sneezing. Go.
No.
Go to
Kevin, I got to say, Thursday night, the green suit. Man, not only did you kill it, you looked ridiculous. It was not lost on our. Even my wife, the pagan, she's like, man, that's a sharp looking suit he's got on tonight.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And by the way, I was there with you guys earlier in the day, and I did tell you
You
that
said it. You
there
called
wasn't
it.
a
You
blowout.
said it's going to be a weird game. It's going to be tight. You called it.
I didn't call Jalen Carter getting kicked out, but
Yeah, that was weird, huh?
but there were a lot of things that it's just it's the Cowboys, and Dak plays really well against us, man. And we still haven't figured out our Dory Jackson. I can't see him play 8 yards off a guy on 3rd and short or 2nd and short again. And unfortunately, we may experience that against the Chiefs. The question will be, how quick will that hook be?
Well, let's look at the game. All right. Well, we've got lots to get to. I want to get Phillies with you. We'll go a little college, everything. But let's start with this game because, they lose Worthy. They're already down Rice.
Yeah.
So that offense takes a big hit.
Yep.
They didn't look good against the Chargers. Kelsey looks like he doesn't have the explosiveness. Eagles aren't going to have Goddard, which is going to be a big loss, particularly since he's such a great blocker. How do you see it?
I think it's going to be really close. That line has moved from 1.5 to 1.5 on both sides, right? I would actually take the Chiefs in the points, to be honest with just because they're on the road. It'll be great to have Carter back. The Chiefs, though, still have Patrick Mahomes. And this is not, for anybody that's listening, oh, well, we got Jalen Hurts. This is not a knock on Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I can't see them coming back home, facing the possibility of being 0-2. Mahomes has never started 0-2 in his career. Last time they started 0-2 was 2014, and they missed the playoffs. I think they're fully aware of how good the division is. You can't escape it because everybody else went 1-0. I actually think the Chiefs are going to play desperate football. And too often, I think, we get to this narrative in September with the Chiefs when we see them struggle. Is it over? Are they done? And then we find out later in the season they come back. So I still have major concerns about losing Goddard's huge, considering how Goddard played. I mean, listen, it felt like Jalen Hurts and that offense was trying to prove everybody wrong and saying we can throw across the middle and we're not going to hesitate, right? I'm curious to see where A.J. Brown's explosiveness is. We didn't see a lot of that.
Dude, that's everything, dude. Like, because otherwise, look, he was able to take away Saquon in his Super Bowl, and Spags is going to do that. We saw the Cowboys do it last week. Like that, they're gonna overload. They're gonna force you, and that's where AJ's got to win those battles. And if his hammy's not right and doesn't have that explosive, that's going to make it hard.
You're without question 100% right. And I would add one other thing. Goddard played a role in that Super Bowl. Like, Goddard found a way to make some catches just to kind of ease the defense back a little bit. So I think going on the road, I think the hole in the secondary with Adoree, whoever plays that position, concerns me. And we don't have Josh Sweat. We don't have Milton Williams. We got to apply pressure, man. The pressure's got to be there, and you can't make mistakes. The Eagles. There were a couple of moments, and again, it's game one. There were a couple moments where they made a great play, and then a penalty would happen, right? You know, the Nolan Smith play. Nolan Smith was fantastic, and then the penalty happens. You're like, oh. So keeping drives alive gives Mahomes more life, man, and they're the former champs. So like. I'm concerned going into this game. I had it as a loss coming in. I think the Chiefs are going to play super desperate football.
This pain, I never thought this would happen, and this pains me more than almost anything in my life. Boo! Come on, Kevin. Everything you're talking about, this team's going to be playing tight. They got all. I just did. It was not easy to do. They're going to be desperate. They're up against it. They were embarrassed in the Super Bowl. They're going to be stressed, and they're going to be tight, and they're going to lose again. I'm sorry. I got the Eagles. Eagles, you even said it, by a touchdown maybe.
Well,
we're feeling it, Kev.
He's right, though. Like, everything he just said is right. I think the Chiefs' offense is in dire shape right now because of Worthy. Now, Thornton will be able to have it. Like, he's a pretty good deep. He's an underrated pickup, but I'm just Hollywood Brown. I mean, they don't scare me.
And I was just never count out 87 either. Like, Travis may look like the wear and tear, but I just wouldn't count him out. Like, listen, last week. I didn't want to say that the game was going to be weird and don't take 19.5. I didn't want to say that, but like, at the same point, like. You see enough, you feel it, you feel the trends. You also feel like they're on the road in this environment where a team is 0-1 and the AFC West is a lot better. They're going to play desperate football. I'm not saying we're not going to play desperate football, but our backs aren't against the wall in a game like this. They're not.
Mahomes going to throw 3 interceptions out of desperation.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
But you go over the top. Like, why do you go over the top? Like, that's like you lose credibility. Like,
you telling the guy who predicted minus 19.5?
Yeah, I was wrong. All right, I did. I didn't expect Carter to get thrown out.
It took an act of nature to make you wrong. It's going to take an act of nature for the Chiefs to win again.
Carter gets thrown out.
Yeah, but it took a lightning delay.
But you can't call You can't call Mahomes 3 interceptions. You just can't.
I don't have any credibility anyway.
I know you don't, but like we're like, come on. Give me a little bit of
Desperation causes
like
mistakes.
that's not going to happen, bro. We love you,
I
but
think it's going to be a battle, and that line is wild though, man. Starting at 1.5, the Chiefs, and they went back to the Eagles. Now 1.5. It's that's a weird that just tells me there's a lot of movement. We won't know anything until I think probably Saturday when the Sharks come in and they say, all right, this is what we're going to do. And where then you'll see where that line eventually lands.
I'll be honest with you, though. Sharps, all the nonsense. I don't even believe in that. I don't.
You don't?
I don't believe in that stuff. I don't.
Really?
I don't. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Like certain things, if they get information, that's one thing. Like
Yes.
early in the week, you get information, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
But where the money goes, I've seen Vegas wrong a million times. Just the same, you see them right. Like that doesn't mean anything. I just look at the matchup. I think you make great points. I think the game is a slog. I think both teams are going to struggle to move the ball. Like so much depends on AJ and how good because you could take away Saquon and then also watch Jalen's runs. You can't do that if you can man up on the outside because AJ will torch you.
Yep. And like you talked about in the beginning, Spags, man. Spags knows how to bottle up Saquon. And I think they'll go with that same philosophy and just they'll challenge. Maybe it's a game where, like we saw in February, Jahan Dotson makes a big catch, like we saw last week, right? And maybe it's a game where he's got to find Devontae for 7 catches for like 65, right? Short yardage because you don't have Goddard, right? So you got to find him on those, slant patterns and like, hey, let's just get 6 yards. Let's get 6 yards. Let's get 6 yards. Boom, boom, boom. But they're going to need AJ. They're going to have one big play.
You know what I want? I am telling you, it was there last week and it'll be there this week. Saquon on a wheel down the field.
Oh, I agree. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. To get a one-on-one matchup on the wheel, absolutely. And put him in the open space.
And they didn't try it last week.
You're right. They're totally right. And you know what? If they were to get something down the field and stretch it, and then that wheel route is perfect. It's perfect because you're spreading them out a little bit, and they have to be honest with Jahan.
Right.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, overall, listen, they're a great spot. Like, they're strong. Kansas City's interesting. I don't think they're that good. I told you I thought the Chargers would give them a run for the division. I believe that.
Right. I think you're right in that aspect. Yes. I think I've just been down this road before with the Chiefs. And when you count them out, they've got an incredible coaching staff, and they will find a way as long as 15 can make plays. And 15 can still move. Mahomes can still move, man. And then sometimes we come back on a Monday and be like, gosh, what? Oh, silly us. How do we count that team out? And like, well, we know their history, man. Like until we see them lose games that are like, whoa, because they're always in it, no matter what, man. And if they're always in it and 5 minutes to go and Mahomes has the ball, I'm tight.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But as far as being this great team, I don't like their personnel. Like I like their receivers. Like I like Worthy, Rice. All right, like
yeah.
I mean, I'm the Hollywood Brown. I mean, they don't do a lot for me.
They don't have
I think Kelsey's cooked. I think that I look at Pacheco and I go, all right, he's an ordinary back.
To your point, maybe it's the comparison on the final couple years with Brady in New England, right? Where they relied so heavily on the quarterback and they didn't have playmakers in space anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. And it was, hey, it's Belichick and Brady, and it's going to be Andy and Mahomes. Right. And look, Gronk proved us wrong when he went to the Bucks, right? But Gronk had like some injuries with the back and stuff like that. But like if Kelsey cannot, they could get away with a lot of stuff with their wide receivers and in and out. Juju Smith-Schuster, like his second, third, fourth time around with the hit them, and we're going to draft because Kelsey was such an incredible player at his peak, right? And that changes things if he's not right, because then everybody's exposed. Then the wide receivers are exposed and the running backs exposed because they don't have one specific dynamic playmaker. And we saw that with the Patriots, I thought, in the back end of when it was time to go, when the riff was there and they were breaking up. And I think that's kind of where I'm not saying that it's going to break up. I'm just saying that over time, when you spend all the money here and then you get old quick and then you do not draft well, it bites you in the butt.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. All right. Tonight, real quick, Packers, great one. Packers in Washington.
Great one. I heard you guys talking. I would actually take the Commanders in the points.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
really?
Me and Kevin are like opposites today.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel pretty strong about Green Bay. What makes you say that?
Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels. Like I think prime time, the ability that he has to move around. I think Dan Quinn's got some veterans on that defense, and there's really scares me, guys. He scares me just because he doesn't back down, and if he stays healthy, I think he'll play a pivotal role as Debo.
Yeah,
and they find a way to get Debo football.
He looked good, and McLaurin wasn't even ready yet.
Yep, exactly. And again, man, prime time, a guy like Jaden Daniels doesn't shy away. Like, the pressure's on Green Bay. The pressure's on them.
I think the Pack is good.
I think the Packers are really good. I think the Packers are, but I'll never question a kid like Jaden Daniels who
I love Daniels. I love Daniels. I don't know.
No,
I think
to me, it's
better,
screaming.
But,
It's screaming the Commanders and the points. That's what it's screaming to me. But
you think the line's light?
I do. I completely do.
Well, their power rankings are telling you they're basically even. The Pack is a tick because it used to be 3. Now it's like 2.2 for a home field.
Yep.
So they're telling you it's Pack slightly better.
The answer that I hope to get a little bit is where's the Commanders' running game after a night like this? And I imagine what they're going to do is run at Micah Parsons. That's been the book. You run at Micah Parsons, and you'll find success. We know the Eagles did that. So I'll be curious if Washington can run the ball effectively. But man, you get Jaden in space. He ain't Jared Goff, man. You get Jaden rolling out. That could be dangerous because, guys, you break away from your patterns and you find where the space is, and Jaden Daniels will find you. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, fun. It'll be fun. It's a great game to watch, man.
Yes.
Very excited for that. Let's go to Phillies. How you feeling, man? Like, you got to be feeling good. Look, you lose Wheeler. We were all freaked out, and I'm still going to miss Zach. But Turner, Bohm, like, you've lost, and they've just played really, really good baseball.
What has been amazing is how about those? First off, Nola was superb.
Yeah,
he was exactly what we needed, and Suarez looks like our guy. Like, he looks he looks the part. Like, it's like, all right, Rangers back, man. He's ready for a nice playoff run, right? His last 3 starts, Sanchez is the guy that you could rely on consistently all season long. And you know what? Maybe there's more to the story about the telling of the pitches in City.
And maybe there's some funny stuff going on in Citi Field. Maybe
it's different now, right? Maybe it's amazing, right? It's amazing how things are different. The one other thing that I think has been it's been uplifting and such a great find is how well Bader plays, not just defensively, but the bat is alive. And then now we're seeing Kepler, and that Marsh has been really good since being called up. And it just finally feels like we have an outfield, right? That is huge. And then, a
Dude,
pissed off
isn't
guy-
that nuts? I mean, think about it. Their
Yes.
outfield was horrendous, right?
Horrendous.
And this goes back to Topper. He saved Kepler. Everybody wanted him DFA'd, right? Like, bury him. The guy saved Kepler. And then Bader comes in and he's like, I'm confident in you. Like the other night, I go, bat him leadoff. He batted leadoff. Like,
bat him leadoff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, by the way, Bader's phenomenal defensively.
Yes.
So it helps us so much out there.
Yeah.
And now the bat contributes. And then there's a certain juice he brings.
100%.
And the swag, we see it. And I love, my kids are like, oh my God, look at all the stuff he's wearing. Like all this stuff. There's just a certain flavor that gets injected because he's like, man, they got lucky. Because I was intrigued with Cedric Mullins and the Phillies. Dombrowski deserves a ton of credit, man. You bring Duran and you bring Bader, and it has worked out really, really well. I was like, man, Cedric Mullins would be really good, and he's been awful with the Mets. The Mets, if you look at who the Mets try to acquire at the deadline, the Cardinals closer who's blown up, and Mullins, they haven't found anything. They haven't found any juice. And our guys, like Dombrowski, as we've been hard on him, as you mentioned, Topper putting Bader at the leadoff spot. It's been fun, man. It has been a hell of a lot of fun.
Listen to this stat, Kevin. Harrison Bader has 17 hits against the Mets this season in 28 at-bats. Cedric Mullins has 16 hits for the Mets this season in 92 at-bats.
Wow.
That is insane.
That is insane. And I'll add one other thing, too. We have seen our starting pitching get off to great starts and then leave with leads. Bullpen deserves a ton of credit, too. Like they do. They have not blown up, and it's given the offense the space. I'm concerned about Turner though. It's hard. I mean, that's why it is so important that they finish strong and get the first bye for Turner. That is why it's so important now when you're battling and who you're 2.5 back, I think, of the Brewers. It is so important that they get a bye just because Turner can come back.
Yeah, I think
we're all with you.
We're with you, man. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a great couple weeks. Like it's true pennant race, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all
it's awesome
stuff. You got 8 teams that are jockeying up and down.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
And to your point, like the Reds are in the conversation, and now that lead by the Mets is like dwindling there for that final wild card spot. I'm just glad we're not in that position and that we're not fighting. And we all felt that way a few weeks ago coming out of that Citi Field series, and it was a nightmare, and there was panic in the streets, and I was panicking as well.
Yeah.
It is a nice place to be, and again, Bader and that outfield has given me some hope.
I'm with you.
This guy's so bad for Helsley. I think last week they had a day off, and they asked Helsley, like, what are your plans for your day off? And he says, I don't know, probably give up 3 runs on his day off.
That's great. That's a great line.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Mets money on Twitter. Cedric Mullins and Ryan Helsley might be the 2 worst deadline deals of any MLB team in history.
And so we got to give Dombrowski some love.
Yes,
because I think a lot of people were critical of him, and some of it's justified on why you have to make the moves because of the Romano stuff in the offseason. And you saw, what the kid did, the reliever that went to the Blue Jays, and you're like, or Estevez as well, what he's done. Having Duran there, it's just really nice, man. It's just really, really.
Yeah. Now they just need to bury the Mets, though. You got to
bury them.
Really, the stake through the heart, man.
Yep.
Stake through the heart. All right. Let's get into a little college football. All right.
Okay.
So I'm excited. First of all, locally, and I think I got a game, but I wanted to go down to it. but I was dying to see Oklahoma in person. Like, we don't get a chance to see Oklahoma. Oklahoma comes to play Temple.
Yep.
I wanted to see it. It's Mateer coming here. I mean, listen, they're going to beat up on us, but, it's fun to see the Sooners.
I'm going to tell you I'm curious about how Casey's team, and props to Casey Keeler, coming into the program at Temple. And the one thing that has stood out, and if you look at who they played, UMass,
Right.
and how, I'm going to bring up one thing that we hadn't seen since Jeff Collins had rule. The coaching staff had them accountable. Am I frozen here, boys? Can you see
you're
me?
frozen.
Hear me?
Yeah.
All right,
we hear
hold
you.
on.
Here you go.
All right.
You're better.
All right. Hold on for a second. I'm going to get off this Wi-Fi. Give me a second, okay?
All right. Yeah.
So you,
Temple, Oklahoma.
Dude, the line's down to 21.5. Just keeps dropping.
Yeah.
And you see the hot mic report?
better
No.
The hot mic.
Better.
All right. So here's the thing. Casey deserves a ton of credit. Casey Keeler taking over a program where this Temple football team doesn't beat themselves up. Okay, or they play the level of the competition. And then in the past two coaching regime, you would see that, and that frustrated the hell out of me. So I got to give them a ton of credit with that. But Oklahoma has 4-star and 5-star guys, and this is Casey's third game. Evan Simon's been great. I think Mateer, I'm very much with you in the same boat that I want to see kind of the electricity of Mateer, because he is a difference maker for Oklahoma, man. He can move around, and he's just exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Venables calling plays. That deep is going to be really good. I want Temple to be respectable in this game and hold their own more than anything else.
Do you think they will?
I don't know. I hope.
Because I don't. Like,
I hope.
I don't know how they can.
It's tough. Yeah,
I mean, you're going to get dominated up front. Obviously, I like to see it, but I don't know how realistic. What are you talking about, the hot mic?
There were reporters in Oklahoma got caught talking about Temple, saying this is a high school game.
Yeah,
Oklahoma. Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good locker room stuff for Casey Keeler.
But it is. I mean, let's be real.
Size-wise, yeah.
Up and down the line of scrimmage. I don't know how you like. The reason why you see 62-6 is because they can't block. You can't block a guy, right? Like, there's such a mismatch on both lines of scrimmage that it becomes 62-6 without even trying.
Yeah, and here's the thing for me, that Casey Keeler, you could change your roster in this transfer portal era immediately, right? As we saw at North Carolina, 70 different players. That's a ton of chaos, right?
Yeah.
He tried to kind of mold the guys that fit his system, and also what you can afford in the NIL and the portal as well. What he's done is those guys play for him.
Yeah.
And I want to see how much they're going to continue to play for him in this game as it continues. Like, if Oklahoma gets out to a fast start at 14-0, like what's Temple bringing? Are they continue to still play hard? I think they will. And that gives me hope. That gives me a ton of hope of where the direction of the program is. And that's kind of all I ask. Hey, no one's expecting you to do anything. Just make sure that you don't give up. You don't put your head down when it's just brutal. And like you said, the lines it's not going to be fun on the offensive defensive line. I'm going to be watching that way. And if you have the luck of a bounce here or a bounce there, and you keep it competitive into halftime, then things can kind of change.
Right.
I just want to make sure that it's not a blowout in the first quarter and the first half. Let's see where they are at the half, keeping it maybe within 2 touchdowns, and then you have hope. Then you have, we have something. That's all I want.
All right. You heard the woman that that was interviewed in Alabama about the Powerball.
Yeah.
Is he just getting roasted down there?
Yeah, but he's getting roasted down there. But I've heard that there's not in the program, there's not a lot of hey, oh my God, everything's the emergency button. They got to beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin may not have their starting quarterback. They got to win that game. And to me, they business as usual. You had to get right game with UL Monroe. Ty Simpson's just got to make some plays, man.
Yeah.
And listen, that defense is so talented. They just got to tighten up, man. Stuff that's uncharacteristic of missing tackles, giving up on big plays, not running, penalties. We don't see that in the Saban era.
Yeah.
So there's some sense of accountability for this team. You can't let them police themselves. The coaching staff has to have some accountability for these players.
Georgia, Tennessee, Kev. That's a great one. VG's Bulldogs.
VG against his old
VG's
team versus
yeah.
team.
Yeah, it's a revenge game.
Aguilar is, man, he brings so much juice to Tennessee. But you brought up line, like Georgia's line, offense and defense. I think they're gonna be the difference in this game. My question is Gunnar Stockton. I was a little concerned in the Austin P game because you win 28-6, whatever, and but you have an hour and 46-minute lightning delay. They looked completely choppy. They looked like those are the games where you're like, let's try this play, let's throw the ball, let's stretch the field.
Right.
And that concerns me. Like, hey, that's the game where you build the confidence of Gunnar Stockton and you can throw a little bit. And so I think Georgia wins. I think because their defense is way too good. But Gunnar Stockton's got to throw the ball. You got to stretch the field a little bit because Aguilar is one of those guys, man. You keep him in the game, and he can roll out, and, man, he can make the throw on the deep ball in Heupel's offense. And I'll bring this up, too. Heupel's – we talk about quarterbacks. Heupel loves to run the football. And I think Georgia's defense – if they shut that down, they win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey, can South Florida stay with Miami?
I think so, but here's the one thing. Miami's radar is completely up, and Miami's defensive line is freaking really good.
Yeah.
Bynum Brown, the USF quarterback's pretty electric. I love Alex Golish. We're going to actually have him on SportsCenter today at 6 o'clock. I'm going to interview him. I think he is an up-and-coming star. But Miami's defensive front, man, they are really, really, really good.
Yeah.
I think the line's 17.5.
Yeah.
I think the fascination is to take the Bulls just because you feel really good after what they did against 2 top 25 teams. I think it's a double-digit win. It feels like it could be potentially like 13 points, but if Miami gets like a big play at the end and then they cover.
Right. I got you. How about LSU, Florida? That's a good game.
I live with a Gator who just lost to USF, and she is fuming. And I just told her, I said, have you looked the next 4 weeks in front of you? I said, I don't know what's going to happen. And then after those 4 weeks, because again, it's LSU. I think you got A&M, you got Texas, and in no such order, and Miami, and then Mississippi State, who just beat Arizona State. At one point, I was like, "Man, like he may be gone. Napier may be gone in the middle of October."
Wow.
Their schedule is so bad. That's why that loss was devastating for you against USF. They got a quarterback in Lagway that could be the number 1 pick in a draft in a couple years. He's that good. They love him, and he loves Napier. They're just sloppy, man. They do sloppy things. Their time management, their play calling are certain things where you're like, "What, Billy? What are you doing?" And the spitting in the face, like, what are you doing? And they couldn't have run out the clock at the end of the game. You have a chance to seal the deal, and they couldn't do it. Some of those small little things play a huge role in games like that. So
yeah.
I think they're going to bring it against LSU, but I think LSU in that environment is going to be too much. Florida's the type of team they play to the level of the talent on the field. And
That's why I thought that they had a chance to win this game because their defense, they could get after Nussmeier a little bit.
they could. Yes. And what LSU needs to do is run the football.
Right. Right.
It's tempting to not run the football when you have Nussmeier.
How about the Irish and A&M Aggies?
I love Marcel Reid at A&M, the quarterback there. And Elko's going to that's playing really well. I think Notre Dame will watch all that film from that Miami game and say, what the hell were we doing? How come Jeremiah Love didn't play a role? And I think Love and Price, their backfield, second best backfield in the country behind Penn State. I think they're going to have a field day, and that'll open up things for, CJ Carr and Notre Dame's defense, man. Their defense is great. So I'm going to give Notre Dame the win. Just don't fall in love with the pass. Like, you got Jeremiah Love.
Right.
Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. Like, run the football. Like, you have two premier backs.
I thought they missed an opportunity against Miami because Price is so quick to the hole. He was having success early.
When they finally decided to give him the ball, they scored on that drive, right?
I know.
I couldn't explain it.
Yeah. Who's your OC again?
Denbrock for Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Former LSU OC who was with Jaden Daniels when he won the Heisman.
You're right. I mean, dude, run it.
Run it.
Anyway, what'd you think of the Skinny Joey's cheesesteak?
Awesome. Hey, that was a hell of a lot of fun. So thank you for taking me. Thinner bread than Angelo's. We noticed all that. It was great. And you understand why there's long lines. Phenomenal company. It's great to be around all you guys and enjoy it. So I love it, man.
We love you, brother.
Yeah.
We love you. We
Great,
love
man.
you. And everybody's got to stay tuned because Kevin and I are working on a project that's will be coming out soon. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, it'll be great. Love you, buddy. You're the best.
Appreciate you, fellas. Hey,
See you,
BG. Next week, if it doesn't turn out the way I said it would, you can boo me. But let me tell you, if it turns out the way I think it's going to turn out on Sunday, I'm booing your ass. All right?
I deserve it. Fair enough. Bring it.
All right.
Bring it.
Looking forward to it, fellas.
All right.
Good.
See you, brother. There he is. Kevin Negandhi. We love him. ABC channel and ESPN. Wow, you booed Kevin. Like, I thought you were out of line, to be honest with you.
Just a man. Just a man of the people. So.
Man of the people? What people?
The chat is a little fired up too.
Well, the chat was booing.
I even had to come to his defense. They're like, he's going total heel. He's not wearing any Philadelphia sports gear. I was like, he's got a hat on. He's got a Phillies hat on.
The champion of the chat, VG. I wouldn't have booed.
Just the voice of the people. That's all.
I wouldn't have booed.
First of all, I love our chat, but guys, like he's a huge fan. Like it's like he's one of us.
I know.
Just because he thinks it's a.
But saying he's wearing Eddie Wright saying he's wearing Chiefs goggles.
Eddie, come on, give the guy a break. Coming up, we're gonna chat with the brain. All right, looking forward to it. Let's take care of some business. All right, talk about a little Ace is the place.
Yeah, let's do it because I love to help people out. And Ace Hardware, they love to help people like me and Cuz out, people who are not handy at all around the house. So if you've got an outlet you said you'd fix last summer, or if you got a runny faucet you said you'd get to and it's still not fixed, Ace Hardware Services got people to help you because now they're not just the helpful hardware folks. They're also the home service and repair folks. So from plumbing to heating to cooling to electrical, they've got trusted pros to keep your house humming all year long. And they're bringing the helpful home, the helpful you love from the store, now to your front door, from Philly all the way down to the Jersey Shore. And they bring experience. They got local plumbers and techs that handle everything from repairs and seasonal maintenance to even installations and upgrades. They bring understandings, they listen to your goals, and the job's never done until you're totally satisfied. They'll give you free estimates on equipment installations if you're looking for new stuff or just replacement stuff. And they got trusted advisors, and they give you options that work with your budget and your home. So They're local too, which is super important. They live and they serve in our community, and you want their neighbors comfortable in their own homes. So visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com and get started on your next home repair project. Ace Hardware Homeservices.com. Let them help you out around the house.
All right, let's talk about Parks Casino. Street Road, Ben Salem. How about this? Fun fall vibes. So much going on at Parks Casino, my casino of choice. They have it all right in one place. The number one casino in Pennsylvania. Action, excitement, headline entertainment, great restaurants. Watch the Birds game in the state-of-the-art sports bar.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sundays at noon and Mondays at 6. $1 hot dogs, $3 Miller Lights, $5 Peronis.
Oh,
man.
that's a
That's
a
a
nice
deal.
addition there.
I love a Peroni.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Peroni fan. So I'll $1 dog and a $5 Peroni.
That's a good night.
$20. It's a nice day.
That's a good night.
Right? Check out concerts, comedy, state-of-the-art Excite Center. You'll find a collection of award-winning restaurants inside Parks Casino, including the Liberty Bell Gastropub and Beer Garden. The best cover bands, 360 Lounge every weekend, plus monthly country line dancing and live comedy.
I love live comedy. I'm a big fan of live comedy.
How about line dancing? Are you a line dancer?
I've never done the line dance. I'd be willing to try it with you if you want to do it. I'll go up to Parks.
I
Me and
could
you'll
never
do it.
see
We'll do a
you doing
TikTok.
that.
Me and him will do a TikTok. We'll line dance a little bit up at Parks.
Oh, my. The electric slide and all that?
No, country.
It's a
Oh,
country. line
country.
dance.
Oh.
Yeah, little slap leather with the boots, the heel.
Oh,
cap.
yeah.
Yeah, I there's many things I wouldn't do, and that's at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd be up for it.
Yeah, I know you would.
Yeah, give it a
I
shot.
would never do that with you or without you, but definitely not with you. Yeah,
That hurts a little bit.
yeah. Well, I got to be honest. I love you.
I appreciate the honesty.
Tickets to all company shows available. ParksCasino.com. Going to be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, now let's go to our main man. Brought to us by the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. Make sure you got your pens out. Make sure you got your phone. You can type in your notes because winners are coming. The winners are a-coming. Here he is, the Brain.
Brain. Red, the brain finder.
La Brain. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. We got a great football game tonight. I can't wait for tonight. Nestle in, and we got a game.
I got to tell you, it's interesting. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to Wisconsin, actually, of all places.
Wisconsin,
I'm going with my son.
Alabama?
No, Wisconsin. I'm going to Wisconsin.
Yeah, but Wisconsin's playing Alabama.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to play golf. We're going to play Whistling Straits. But I really wanted to go to this game tonight. Because this is a game I think should be a really good one, should be a really exciting one. And he wasn't able to get off from school. But this is a game, and I've always wanted to go to Lambeau Field. So I think this is going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to watching it. I personally think
you should have did it, man. You've never been to Lambeau?
No, it's definitely on my list, and it's funny.
Brother, you would love it.
I know. Trust me, I want to go. I want to go bad. And this is like probably as good a game as you're going to get, right? You get to watch Jaden Daniels, and I just would have loved it, but wasn't meant to be. Although I'm sure I'll definitely be watching it.
Whistling Straits.
Yeah, you're going to Wisconsin just to golf?
I don't hit it straight. I'll tell you that.
You're making a trip to Wisconsin just to golf.
Yeah, again, I'm like here. I'm like the DeAndre Jordan of free throw shooting in golf. I'm horrible, but I play the best courses.
Are you
I don't mess
Kohler
around. I only play the
facility?
best ones, even though I'm the worst golfer.
Are you staying at the Kohler hotel?
No, it's funny. I'm not. No, I'm not. I was there with my wife. I would have no choice but to stay there. But no. I'm taking the lower route, the less expensive route, because that was a costly one, and it's already. You know what they charge to play around there? Take a guess.
No, you're gonna laugh, right? Of all people, years ago, I played Whistling Straits.
What? You're
No
for real?
way.
I swear to
No,
God.
that should have been in a
My
parlay. I would
buddy
have gotten like a
Vinny,
zillion to one.
my boy lived in Appleton. He was an executive for Air Wisconsin, right?
Wow.
So I used to go see him all the time, right? Like and he's a good golfer. Vinny can golf. So like I slummed it with him. This is like in the 90s. I don't even know. He was living out there, but what I loved is he had this corporate like hookup where he could stay at the Kohler Resort. And so I would go just to stay at the resort with him. Like,
it's supposed to be beautiful there.
Oh
it's
my
supposed
God,
to be
it's
so
unbelievable.
nice.
Like the water, because of the Kohler and the the water. It was the greatest, like hot tubs and cold tubs and tanks, and it was.
Wait, did
it
you
was
stay there?
Like, is it on a Great
Wait,
Lake?
because
Is that what it is? Like, what's the water?
No. But everything's like built around their water. Like it's a spa.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
It's all
You know,
that.
my mom told me that all her she's never been. She said all her girlfriends like the favorite place they went was that place.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so.
Yeah.
I mean, I went like this is the 90s. Like when I went, I was like covering a game, and Vinny's like, "Come on, man, we'll go to Kohler." I was like, "All right." Like I didn't know anything about it. Play golf, and and it was. Anything was like unbelievable. It was one of the great resorts. Like when I was working in the newspapers, I stayed at incredible places. The Point in Arizona. I'm sure you probably stayed there in Phoenix. The Point.
Yeah,
It's a resort.
Way back. Yep.
We were in Palm Springs. I stayed in all these crazy places that were beautiful.
Oh, do you shout around?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, I don't know.
Hacking it up.
Yeah, I probably didn't keep score like he did, but whatever. Like I don't belong there,
Right,
but
right.
it is what it is. But it's gonna be fun, man. Enjoy it, brother.
I'm looking forward to it.
What are green fees? Like 500?
No, it was more. It was for the we're playing two different ones. We're playing Whistling Straits, and we're playing another one called the Irish Course. The Irish Course was like $3 but the Whistling Straits was like $750. It was like fortune.
Wow.
That's why I'm not spending the money on the hotel.
Wow.
I'm staying, no joke.
Yeah.
I'm no joke. I'm staying like on on Sheboygan and like some like, again, I couldn't get away with this with my wife, but it was like some like quality, and I'm like I'll rather save the money to play the golf than spend $1,500 a night to stay in a room there. So
yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Well, Vinny had the hookup. I didn't pay $1.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know. And this was the 90s, so it wasn't.
Right. That's outrageous.
Wait, Anthony, it's not too late to call Vinny to get me that hookup.
He's not there anymore. He's back here. Else I would have hooked him up. I'd get you the hookup, man. I would at least had you the Kohler hooked up.
Exactly. Listen, I mean, and I'm not too proud. I would have said yes.
Yeah, of course.
I'll take a freebie anytime.
Yeah, man. Who you like in the game tonight? We're split. I like Green Bay. Kevin Negandhi likes Washington. VG likes Green Bay.
You know, it's interesting. Again, this was actually a game in like, and you could bet these, again, all these games now. It's such a different world. You could bet these games during the summer, right? I bet this game during the summer for as much as I could get down, which isn't a ton, but, and I also bet it during week one when they had the week two lines up, and I kept hammering Green Bay laying 2.5 because I felt strongly this would be between 3 and 3.5. Now, here's the thing. If you go by my power ratings per se, which is part of how I do this handicapping, and it's a big part of it, I show the lines probably technically maybe a tad too high. But here's the thing. There's also a human element, Anthony, which I know you're very attuned to, where I think Green Bay's the real deal. I think they're the better team. I thought they caught a Giants team where Russell Wilson was that bad last week. Daniels is terrific. Even though the numbers, again, sure this line should be maybe between 3 and 3.5, and it's 3.5, or I still think Green Bay's gonna get it done. My gut is that Green Bay they're gonna start out, in my opinion, Anthony. I think they're going to start out like a house on fire, where they're going to be that team where people are like, all right, this is going to be the Super Bowl team. But again, for 17 weeks, good luck trying to do that. Things change all the time. We saw with the Lions last year, a million things can happen. But my instincts tell me that Green Bay is going to be the team that when we're like all these, who are these power ratings and these polls that just people like to do. I think Green Bay is going to be the team, and I think Green Bay will win this one by north of a touchdown.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
I do. Yeah, we both feel the same way. Feel the same way.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. I think the Phillies could finish them off sweep tonight.
I mean, well, yeah. First of all, again, pitching matchup favors them. It's crazy, but here's what's frustrating about baseball, and at the same time, I guess cool at the same time. It's like as long as you get in the playoffs, all this, I'm not trying to trivialize. It just doesn't.
I know.
Remember the movie called? There was a movie that I can't remember what it was called. It was like Meatballs with Bill Murray. Was like, it just doesn't matter. Like
No.
It almost just doesn't matter in the sense that once the playoffs start, all this is just they're going to get in.
Yeah.
Credit to them. I think they're going to get, and they've faced adversity, which is I really give them credit. They faced a lot of adversity, this team, and credit to everyone in the organization. They've really done a great job of overcoming it, and hopefully they can continue to do it because they keep getting stuff happening to them that honestly, the Dodgers have had a ton of adversity too, yeah, I mean, I think that they're clearly going to get a top 2 seed, which is the most important thing, and it's just going to come down to the playoffs. Does it go your way or it doesn't? Because these games just are close, and it's just a matter of
it's weird, right? Like you almost don't. It's the biggest roll of the dice that in hockey.
By far, Anthony. By far,
playoffs, like you just don't know what if your bats are cold or hot, and it comes down to that.
Anthony, like OKC and the NBA, they were like, I'm coming back, like a 10-1 favorite in these series. Okay, they were playing it, and even in the finals, they were 9-1 or whatever it was, 8-1. In baseball, you could take the Colorado Rockies, who are going to have the worst year possibly ever, and put them against whoever you think's the best team. That team's not going to be a 10-1 favorite, and I'm giving you the most extreme of extreme cases. So imagine when you have a team, let's say the Mets get in and they're playing the Phillies, and let's say the Phillies win 15 more games than the Mets or whatever the number is going to be, 10 more games. The series price is going to be short because just that's the way baseball is. Anyone can beat anyone. And while it's great to win these games and you pay for your salaries, people get enjoyment and all that stuff, at the end of the day, I always say to anyone I know, the time you want to get lucky, the time you got to make your big plays is always in the postseason because the regular season is just that. No one's going to remember it. You have to look on your baseball reference thing. Oh, in 2025, Kyle Schwarber hit 50 home runs. That's awesome for him, but it's how you do in the postseason, and that's just all it comes down to. I hate to, just say it like that. And hopefully the gods are on their side once the playoffs start. Because again, losing Zach Wheeler just broke my heart. Because I felt like this was the best team in the National League, probably, or potentially easily, just with having him at the top of the rotation with Sanchez. You check one of those amazing guys out, it's just going to be a lot harder. Not to say it can't be done, because it certainly can, because no one's that great.
Right.
By the way, no one's that great.
As we approach overtime on the program, what are we looking at? College. Have you gotten your college plays in already? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, man, there was so much stuff I did in college. It was better if you tell me again. I must have like 20 bets. I'm not even exaggerating. There's just so much stuff.
Who do you like? Give us. I don't know. Give us. Run through them.
Okay. I'll start off. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the lines moved, but I still think there's value in it. I took 7. It's down, I think, to 3.5. But listen, I always say in life, Anthony, and in my job, if I choose to be consistent, I'm going to just get destroyed. You either choose to be consistent or you choose to be right. And if you choose to be consistent, before the year, my national championship pick was Clemson. My biggest investment before the year was Clemson. And again, in baseball, my least biggest investment was on the Milwaukee Brewers. Now that I have them at my biggest investment, because I adapt when the data changes. Watching Clemson these first 2 games, to say I've been underwhelmed would be the understatement.
Yeah.
And I thought with all the returning starters, good coaching staff, good quarterback, it's just, they have, I think, looked absolutely atrocious. Georgia Tech at home, Kings can be back.
Real quick, we're in OT, overtime. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
I think Georgia Tech wins this game. I just think I knew they were going to come in as a dog. I knew when I got 7 that was a gift that would never last, and it hasn't. It's been death down by every sharp in the world. But 3.5, again, a lot of the values when you go from 7 to 3.5, like what's the big deal?
Wow, it was
20, 47-21. I'll tell you what the big deal is.
Yeah.
But I actually think Georgia Tech's going to win the game. So
yeah, I would agree with you.
that's
do.
just
I
kind
think
of
they
like
win the game too.
my instincts on that one right there. I'll give you some other games, guys. Okay, this is another one. I took 7, and this line's also gone down to like 440. Let me look it up. I think Tennessee is going to beat Georgia. I think they're going to win outright.
Wow.
I do.
Tennessee.
I think Tennessee's going to win.
Boo.
I do.
He's a Georgia fan now.
Bulldogs.
I don't know. I mean, I just I've not been crazy impressed watching Georgia. Now, Tennessee did not look nearly as good defensively against Syracuse as I would have hoped. Georgia's looked
Aguilar.
Georgia very good. And Georgia, I mean, what is Georgia? I mean, have you watched Georgia? They've looked, I mean, I don't know. I have not been impressed with Georgia.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think Tennessee's very live in this one. And to me, this is a game where I think just getting points is very key. I think the game's gonna be close. I think this game's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 point game. I really think this game's gonna be tight. And the 1-score close game, I expect to come down to the last possession. I'll take 4.5 points.
All right. Well, let's start this. This is great.
Bet Park's got a 3.5.
Okay, I'll take 3.5.
So let's start. We got to restart the VGV brain.
Okay.
All right. And this is a good week to start. So already we'll put one in the books. And in fact, I want to see VG in Florida wearing a butler's outfit, serving you and the missus.
I love VG. I just want to see VG in Florida and hang out with the guy. I don't need to have him serve me. I just like to see the guy.
Well, no, but he's got. That's the rule.
That's the rule. Yeah.
If he loses, he's got to dress up like the butler.
That's fair.
Hey, listen, I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in.
All right.
I'm rooting Tennessee so hard.
If he comes up, and then this is not just this week, the whole.
Yeah,
season?
of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Brain's got to pay. If I win, Brain's got to pay off my student loans.
Whoa.
No,
that confident.
He'll take you to a nice dinner.
Yeah, that'll do.
All right. So Tennessee, Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard you guys talking about the Miami game. Let me see what that. I think Miami. Actually, again, I think South Florida. I think their run's probably going to end a little bit here. Now, again, I got 14. It's up to 17 and a half. You know what, man? That's a big difference. At the open, I thought 14 was too low. Okay, I'm not going to give that one because that's just
14 is too low, but 17 and a half, I still go.
Yeah, 17 and a half, it really has moved like quite a bit. I mean, so many of these games, again, like these games when I bet them on the open and what they become, it's like, it's a different bet. And so many of these games, it comes down in that if you beat the line by 3 points, it comes down within that 3-point window. I will say this, I bet the under in the Houston, Colorado game. I think it's like 44 and a half. Colorado to me, again, they playing musical chairs at quarterback. We'll see how that goes. Houston to me, it's interesting, guys. Like Houston, like, college basketball is like a good defense. And now this year in college football, they're ranked 4th in scoring defense. They played really well. I think it's just gonna be a lower scoring game. I do, and I think Houston covers it as well. But I don't like Colorado here. I think Colorado struggles to score against Houston.
Yeah, I like Houston in the game.
Yeah, they're laying 4.5. I'm on that side for sure, and I'm also on the under.
What do you think about Oklahoma Temple?
It's interesting. Anthony, you'd be interested. No, Temple's been a team that has gotten like mad respect and love from the Sharps. They have bet this team repeatedly, and they've been rewarded. Right? They've crushed the first 2 games. This line, do you know what this line opened at, Anthony?
Take a guess where this line opened.
26?
27 and a half.
Yeah.
27 and a half. This line has been down 6 points. 6 points. Listen, again, Anthony, this game reminds me when I was talking about a little bit like I was talking about the Packers game with you, where I said, from a power rating standpoint, even though I like Green Bay to cover the game, just my raw numbers show theoretically there's tiny edge, tiny in Washington, but I'm not just a slave to my numbers. This game, when I look at a power ratings point of view, I thought this line should have been like 25. Okay. 21 and a half. It's like, man, how do you not play it? But here's the thing. There's just something.
But tell me why.
Me.
They played nobody. They played UMass. And who was the other stiff?
They played UMass.
They played Howard last week, 55 those.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Howard. I mean, look, I understand.
You're not even going to go tear in Oklahoma in those lines. I would listen. I would love for Temple to play him tough. I don't see it. I don't see how they get off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, I get it again, and I thought this number is very, very, very short. Again, if this line was 28, or 27, whatever, 27 and a half, whatever, I totally understand more taking the Temple side. I don't know how anyone is taking Temple getting 21 and a half right now, but for me, it's a pass just because this spot for Oklahoma just seems a little weird. They were hyped up, big game against Michigan, completely outplayed them. Now they're playing Temple. And I just think if there's ever a spot where you just like, all right.
Yeah, there is a come down.
I think the psychological element where they're just
yes,
this is a game that's going to be impossible to be up for them.
Yeah, like I'm with you. I think the letdown, the nothing to play for letdown is what drives that line down and down and down. But here's the problem with that line of thinking, because that's a tool that people use, right? Motivation, let down, come down, right? Like you know it. Look ahead, right? Those are spots, schedule spots.
It's interesting. If you like Temple,
when your offensive line goes 300, 310, 315, right, and you go 260, 240, 230.
Well, here's the thing, Anthony. I'll say this. If you like Temple, looking at the Bet Park site, you can take 12 and a half in the first half or 13 and a half. I would rather go that route. You may say why, but here's why. If the game is just a blowout, you're going to lose either way, right? Like if they're down 24 and a half, they're not going to outscore them in the second half. We know that. But let's suppose they keep it reasonably close in the first half. Let's suppose Temple's down at halftime 17-7 or 14-3, whatever it is. You would cash your first half ticket. Second half, it easily could just be like, okay, Oklahoma, I could picture them in the locker room. Like, oh my God, what do you guys, this is, you're going to let this happen? Or maybe in the second half, Temple doesn't score a point and Oklahoma just beats them 21-0 or 20-0 in the second half, because over time, those body blows are going to add up in the second half. And again, if I would have bet the Temple side, I'd be more apt to do it in the first half, because I'd be very surprised in the second half if Temple were to outscore them.
Hey, Brayna, I like to tease. If I'm teasing a side, do I tease Temple to 28 and a half, or I tease Alabama down to like 14?
Okay. Glad you asked that, VJ. And I want you to listen, Anthony, and everyone watching the show to listen. And this is just, please, if you don't trust me anything, just trust me on this. When it comes to teasers, two things you don't do. One, you never tease a total. Ever. You don't do it. You don't tease totals. Second, if you're not teasing a total through the 3 and the 7, it's like you ever move the rounders, he goes, if you don't see the sucker, then you are the sucker. If you're doing any teasers, you're not going through the 3 and the 7, you are the sucker.
But don't the Oklahoma gets me up to 28 and a half?
Yes, it does, but it's a horrible mathematical play.
Okay.
As I said, if you're going to trust me on one thing, disregard what I say I like in a game, whatever. Comes to teasers, if you don't go through the 3 and the 7, you are the sucker.
Okay.
So,
I'm usually a sucker.
I
am the sucker.
That's just I'm right, and I'm wrong a million times. But that's something. If you don't go through the 3 and the 7, do not tease. Like again, if you like, for example, football this week, the Colts are playing the Broncos. I think the line's 2.5. You want to take the Colts and the teaser going through the 3 and the 7, 8.5. Kudos, great play. But if you're going the variance, VG, on a 21-point favorite getting it to 20. The variance on a game like that is so high, so high. They can win 45-0 so easily. Now, of course, any team can win by 10 in the NFL, like I'm saying, but there's just the data shows over thousands and thousands and thousands of games. If you're teasing to the 28, you're not making the right play.
Cool. I like Florida against LSU.
You know, Anthony, listen, it's an interesting game. It's funny because Florida was a team, and one of my biggest over-under bets was Florida's under 100% based on the schedule, which I heard you and Kevin discussing. Their schedule is almost like, it's like, what did they do to someone to get that schedule?
I know.
Now, you talk about a coach who is on thin ice. I mean, this is like, he has to win this game. LSU, interesting. Again, well, first of all, Clemson looked so bad in week 2. Maybe the win wasn't as impressive as we first thought, but they looked awful last week against Louisiana Tech. Florida, man, I mean, that was just such a disheartening loss. They're playing for their lives. Here's the thing. I'll be honest. The line's sitting at 7.5. If it goes to 7, I'm actually going to be tempted to go the other way, because Florida, to me, I just don't know if they're just going to be able to just get it right this ship. I think Florida is on the verge of potentially like a collapse. And I don't know. I mean, if they don't win these games pretty soon, Lagway is a talented player, very talented player. I don't know. It's 7.5. It's definitely a pass for me, but slightest leans to me for LSU.
All right.
But I'm not, again, I get how important this game is.
Yeah,
this is literally
I like Florida
fighting
game.
for their
I think
lives.
Florida can win the game because I think
But they certainly
get
can. No,
I think
they're
they can
talented
get after
team.
Nussmeier. And I like LSU. I love Nussmeier. But if
Yeah.
I'm going to be objective in analyzing the game, I think they get to him, and I think he throws it. I think there's a couple turnovers waiting to happen.
It certainly can be. And again, they are fighting again. And I don't know, we don't know anything, but if these players care about the coach, maybe they do, maybe they don't. We have no clue. But if they did, this would be like this stretch again. You know, it's like, listen, if we get this win, people are going to forget about that loss last week, which is true. Okay, we get an LSU win, all's okay right now. So you're going to get max effort here from Florida. The question is, are they good enough? And LSU, I do respect. So I'm looking forward to watching that game. Like, just as a fan, I'm really looking forward to watching that game.
Yeah. All right. Last thing, because tomorrow we'll do NFL.
Yep. Got a ton of stuff.
But one thing with the NFL I want to get to, because there's a lot of people that have to put their Survivor picks in. Who do you like Survivor this week?
Well, you know, Anthony, it's funny. In my start, I think it was like the main one I do. There was like almost no one lost, like 3 people, right out of like hundreds of people. Like no one. I mean, this was like you couldn't mess it up. For me, and again, I'm partners with a guy, and we have 4 entries and a kind of a bigger one, and he's like, he wants to take always 4 different teams in case there's an upset. And I only liked 2 teams this week, to be honest. There's only 2 teams I personally felt comfortable taking. One of them was Arizona at home against Carolina. I got to tell you, Anthony, Carolina, to me, watching them, and I know Bryce Young played better the last 5 games of the year, but I felt like people were like, because he wasn't the worst player in the history of the world over the last 5 games, people maybe start to overrate Carolina. I really don't know how good this team is at all. Last week, I like Jacksonville in the Survivor because of that. I took them and the ones I control in half of them, and the other one I just took the Ravens, and I'm like, all right, they really should beat Cleveland. Now, you can take Dallas against the Giants. I'm going to be a stubborn mule here, and I'm going to pick the Giants to win again. I don't understand how Dallas is such a big favorite at all. Who is Dallas to be laying 5.5 points right now? And I was able to get 7, but like I don't understand who is Dallas to be laying that.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I hate Russ. Like,
yeah, I will agree. Anthony
stinks. Like,
he was so
blows.
bad. He was so bad. I cannot argue that. It's like I cannot argue that. You are right. It's not even an opinion at this point. Again, Russ reminds me of the Florida Gators, right? There's thin ice, and then there's thin ice.
Yeah, but Florida's got talent. Russ doesn't have any talent.
What I mean is with Napier. No, what I mean, Napier, if he loses, he's 20-21 there, Anthony, in a program like Florida. There's not going to be any more grace. Russell Wilson, if he loses this game, I think he's done. I think they're going to make a switch after week 2. We'll see
Well, he
if I'm
should.
right.
I mean, I just should open the season with the kid, to be honest with you. I said
Yeah,
that.
well, he looked the part. I mean, God, how good did he look in the preseason? And Russell Wilson, again, I was stunned watching that game because their defense played good enough to win. And they were on the field the entire time. And then they got inside the 3-yard line 3 times and scored 6 points, talking about the Giants offensively. And Wilson just would miss throws. Different story. But I don't trust Dallas.
And the Dallas is good against the run. So
yeah, listen, I understand.
With Dallas being good against the run, I don't know. I don't see.
I'm not taking
Giants
Dallas. I'm not taking Dallas. The other teams you could look at: Rams, Titans. Titans look god awful. I get it. I try not to take the road teams in these elimination pools if I can. Well, I think the Rams are obviously the most likely winner. Just can't quite get there. Bills, Jets. I got to tell you, the most impressive player to me in all of week 1. Don't laugh.
Fields.
I was actually, this is a guy I despised, like not personally, but in terms of football, I've always thought he was just whatever, and people defended him. But anyway, I thought he played incredible. I gave him a lot of credit. Buffalo off that, again, emotional, crazy, huge win. And I've seen Jets give Josh Allen, I've been to games, actually. I've been a few games where they've really given him some trouble. So I just don't trust that one either. So I guess it just comes down to like those 6.5-point favorites, Anthony. And then again, the Niners
I like the
with the quarterback
Steelers.
injury.
I think the Steelers are a good play this week at home.
You're talking about with the number.
Seattle.
Well, I took the Steelers laying 2.5 in the lookout line. It's up to 3. Because I thought the line, similar to the Washington game, I thought the line was about a 0.5 point too low, but not in an elimination pool. I'm not,
because you got to find a way. You got to find a game where you can take a Steeler, and this
right. And well, you
game.
know what, VG, you're right. Again, VG, you're 100% right. If you're doing an elimination pool against 10 of your buddies, that's a horrible strategy. But if you're taking an elimination pool against like 500 people, what VG just said, that's the nuts. That is stone cold correct, because you're trying to beat 500 people or 1,000 people. If you're just doing what everyone else is doing, what's going to happen is either you're going to lose when they lose, or if you win, you're going to split the pot with 10 zillion people. You want to differentiate yourself. And because if there is that big upset, you can knock out like 70, 80% of the pool, and you're still taking a team like Pittsburgh that really should win. Very good strategy in survivors to do stuff like that, and hope maybe that the Browns upset the Ravens, or Carolina upsets Arizona, and you're taking a team that no one else is going to take. It's great strategy in a big season-long pool like that.
All right. Listen, great stuff, Brain. A lot of fun. Enjoy. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right?
Nice. Can't wait. That's a good
Oh,
Photoshop
my
there,
God. That
Andrew.
is tremendous. That is, oh, man. I'm going to
a
make
nice
that my
suit.
screensaver. That's my screensaver now. That is
Oh,
incredible.
my God. That's great.
And the flowers in the
Oh,
background.
my God.
Victoria's favorites.
Ready to serve,
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Brain.
It's exactly.
That's
exactly,
fantastic.
guys.
That's
I
fantastic.
might
That
do
was
it on purpose to
fantastic.
get that suit. It's a nice suit.
Yeah.
That wasn't. Yeah, listen. Yeah, to get that suit, I would do it. That's a nice suit.
Yeah. I can see it. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Appreciate you both.
See you,
Be
buddy.
good, guys. Thank you.
Brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino at the Brain. Let's go with a little back in the day.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
We're talking boppers this week and home runs in Philly. So let's go back in history and let's go see Ryan Howard's very first home run on many years ago.
That hurt. A high fly ball deep right center. Cameron back. He's on the track of the wall, leaping up. Can't get it. It's gone. That's
The first of 382 home runs.
Wow.
You know, I thought he had more than that. It shows Schwarber's got like 340, I think.
Well, he was quick. I mean, it didn't last. That was the problem with Peace. Is
Look
that
at his numbers. He's like
hurt.
58, 47, 48, 45.
And that was it. That's for sure was something.
Yeah.
Did you have something else? Because you looked rather talkative.
No, that was it. No.
All right. All right. There you have it. Brain. Oh my God! I got brain on the
brain on the brain?
On the brain.
Rain on the parade.
Andrew, great stuff. Joey, great stuff. Thank you, boys. Tomorrow, Football Friday from the Xfinity Den.
Nice. Love the Den.
Yeah.
I realize why I like the Den. Because with my neck issues, like
I like standing up.
Yeah, and I just have to turn like this to you. Like here, I got to crank it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Den's like, I like the Den.
I don't want.
Whoa, bro.
It. That's for
You
sure.
gotta crank it.
Always head in the gutter, Andrew. Come on, class it up, buddy.
Have a great day, everybody. We love you. See you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.